Wrestling is trash. Wrestling is trash.
Pow, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another beautiful episode of Wrestling is Trash, the nonsensical wrestling podcast where we talk about past, present, and future wrestling-related shenanigans. We are your Trash Boys, and it is unfortunately is not Trash Tuesday. We are one day late and $1 short, but we're always on time. So we're here on Trash Wednesday for you guys because we had a little bit of a snafu yesterday. We always like to keep it a buck with you guys who were actually expecting the podcast yesterday and did not get it. So we're going to take extra special care of you today with today's show. We're going to dive into the things and the wrestling and the love and the care and the attention that you deserve. I, of course, am your co-host of this show, Lou from the BX. With me, as always.
What up, everyone? Nick Anselli. Like Lou said, we apologize for yesterday, but life happens, things happen. But we good, right? We it's only a day. It's not like you went all week. And it's funny you say that because it's funny because I know there are probably people who are like, hey, it's Tuesday, it's coming out. And there are podcasts that I listen to that when they don't drop that day, I'm like, you motherfucker.
Yeah.
So I know how y'all
feel.
Does happen. I apologize for that.
That shit does happen.
Yep.
I have a podcast that I used to like when I worked overnight. When I worked overnight, I had a lot more time to listen to podcasts, especially because I was in charge. So I didn't have to like look out for my boss while I had my speaker on. Like I drove my forklift, I had my Bluetooth speaker, and I'd play podcasts all night, switch to music, go back to podcasts. Then like at 6 a.m. I do sports talk radio. So I used to fly through podcasts, and I had one podcast that I used to constantly listen to, which was called Sacred Symbols, a PlayStation podcast. And if you like PlayStation, that's an excellent podcast that you could listen to. And I just recently got back into them because I'm wearing my little Bluetooth headphone while I'm at work because it's small and I can hide it, and I only wear one. And when I go and I look and I don't see that fucking episode there, I'm like, fuck. Come on, man. I like it because it's usually like 4 hours. And I can, there's a time killer. You could just sit there and listen to that shit and you pass the time. So, anyway, sorry for any of you who missed us yesterday, but we're here for you today. And we're here today to talk about the wrestles. I, unfortunately, am super unprepared. I don't even have my note open. So I'm going to open that for you guys right now. And I guess what we'll the first thing we can do here is, since we touched on it last week, since you decided to turn this into a sports podcast, I have something to say here, and I had to take a drink. The Crown Royal is almost done.
Oh, okay. Crown Apple.
This is not an ad, but this is my shit. The bottle's almost done. I'm having a little bit right now with some Canada Dry. I have to say a few things because I have not done my own podcast and I can't say it there. I say this from the bottom of my heart as a Knicks fan. Fuck Julius Randle, okay? I'm sick of the Julius fucking Randle. I don't give a fuck if the Knicks win this series and go to the finals and win the goddamn NBA fucking championship. I want that guy off my team. I want him gone. I don't want to see him wearing a Knicks uniform anymore. I'm done. I'm done with that guy. I'm fucking completely over this dude. I can't do it anymore. And earlier in the season, I had problems with this guy. He complains to the refs a lot. He lollygags when shots don't start falling. He starts complaining and flopping and having temper tantrums and shit. And I was shitting on this guy earlier in the season. And then I said to myself, you know what? Let me take a cue from my boy Positive Nick. Let me relax. It's just a game. This guy's working on his thing. He's got sometime during the season, I don't know, you might not know this because, you're not entrenched in Knicks basketball. This guy had to go get a fucking like Zen master who works with him on his temper. So
Oh, shit.
he meditates with this guy to try to control his fucking anger and whatever. And it seemed like he was okay. You know, he started balling. We were getting the Julius MVP chants, and he became an all-star, and he was dropping 30 a game, and everything was lovely. But now, when the pressure's on, and when it really counts, old Julius is back, whining and crying, and throwing his arms up in the air and yelling at the referees while people are literally running past him with the ball and scoring. And he's back there in the half court setting with no one around, and he's just complaining. Listen, I'm done. Okay? I'm fucking done.
Yeah, he's got to go. He's becoming a shell of his old
I'm
self.
not done. I'm not done, Nick. At the post-game press conference, this motherfucker had the temerity to say during a playoffs press conference, he said the words, I don't know, maybe they wanted it more than we did. Who says that as the leader of a team? Who says that? Why would you want someone like that on your team? I'm done. I'm fucking done with it. I can't do it anymore. I can't do it. Tonight, they're playing. Tonight is Wednesday. You know what that means.
Yep.
Okay? My show's on tonight. I get very excited when my show's on. Tonight, Tony Khan, our great fearless leader, who does not sponsor this podcast in any way, shape, or form, at least not yet. He's putting out a pay-per-view quality Dynamite tonight. Tonight, we're getting Moxley and Kenny Omega for free. So if you think that I am going to sit here and watch those bitch-ass Knicks and not watch Dynamite, you're out of your fucking mind. So I'm done. I don't give a fuck if they win tonight. I don't even care. They're going to be on the tiny tablet in the corner. It'll be playing on Stream East. I'm going to illegally stream it on purpose because I don't even want to give the show ratings. And I'm going to watch Dynamite and enjoy it. Now, I'm done.
Yeah, I feel you, man. Celtics are down 3-2. They were last year to this time to the Bucks. 76ers are a good team, but dude, yesterday, those motherfuckers couldn't buy a shot. Like, Jason Tatum could have handed the ref a $100 bill, and the shot still would not have gone in. And I think that's like, I think I kind of said it last week. One thing where our fan bases are the same, both very passionate. And it's just like, I'm a believer. I'm a true believer, and once the playoffs start, it's a whole new season. AKA why like the Heat are doing what they're doing and the Lakers are doing what they're doing. But it's like, the end of the day, the Celtics, out of 82 games, you are the second best team in the East. Play like it. You know? But I guess that's what the Bucks should have done too.
You know, at least with the Celtics, you know, you're playing Philadelphia. It's probably the best team in the league. You got, you know, MVP on the other side of the fucking team there going against you. And I watched you said the Celtics played last night?
Yeah.
Okay, because I watched the game this weekend where they were down by like 15, and then I blinked, and all of a sudden the game was tied and they went to overtime. I was cheering for Boston because I like that kind of shit. You know, when teams come back like that.
Yeah.
So, you know, for me, they look like it's just a tough, hard-fought series.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when you have your team who's out there, nobody can hit a shot. People are flopping. Motherfuckers are whining. You got your one star in Jalen Brunson who's out there killing himself on one leg trying to get out there. He's dropping 30. He's trying to make it happen.
He's a baller.
You have this other jackass fucking flopping and demoralizing your own team. Like, it's just, I can't, bro. I'm done, bro. I'm done with the Knicks, yo. So,
yeah, I'd say that's enough basketball talk for today.
Yeah, for real. That my rant's over. I'm done. I'm done talking about basketball.
So I guess I'll dive into our first thing.
Absolutely.
So as we alluded to it last week, we've been alluding to it for the past couple of weeks because it was speculated it was going to happen. Now it is happening. Then everyone's speculating ticket sales, good or bad. They're good. So as of right now, and I'm going off the official Tony Khan tweet. So when I made this note a couple days ago, AEW has sold a whopping over 60,000 tickets for Wembley Stadium for All In at the end of August. As we said on this show, we're supporters of it because at the end of the day, well, we like AEW. It's just simple there, but it's good for the wrestling business.
It's good for
you know what I mean. Like it's
absolutely.
good for that. And not a single match is announced, and we alluded to it last week that wrestling. I think it's weird because hear me out on this, Lou. I want your thought on. Then express your opinion on the ticket sales, which we both think is great. But so I'm one of them who believes wrestling will never be as popular, maybe TV wise, as it was in like the Attitude Era when WCW and WWE were doing like 4 million views. But granted,
4, 5, 6 million viewers.
yeah,
Man. That was crazy.
And now cable's obviously just not as popular anymore. But I really feel right now where we're at in wrestling might be the most popular worldwide it's been in a very, very long time.
Right.
And I think this is a prime example of it. Like, granted, it's the UK. They don't get shows as often, but it's still, like, that's still fucking impressive. So I still think you got this brand new company. You can still say 3 years doing this. And I think this came to my mind. I think we said, like, 6 months ago. I was like, yo, I think we were talking about, like, do you think they could sell out the Jacksonville Jaguars Stadium? And we both were like, like, maybe in the future. And then TK must have listened to the show and said, hold my beer. And now he proves it's wrong, which we're happy. But anyway, I guess back to what I was saying. I guess your thoughts on the ticket sale and then your thoughts, I guess, where I'm saying I think it's at a very popular level right now, wrestling as a whole.
Yeah, it's crazy because, obviously back in the day, there weren't a lot of options as far as TV goes. It's not like it is now that you got streaming apps up the ass and you could be watching, streaming apps are not just like old shows. Like, they're making high quality, extremely popular shows are coming out for streaming services. Like so the choices are like incredible and you can watch them whenever you like. So right now, the ratings, it's okay. So, WWE is continuing to hit their Raw usually hits like less than 1.8 to 2 million, I think. And then SmackDown, I think last week did like 2.8 million, which is like, you hear that and you're like, fuck, that's high, but compared to like what it used to be back in the day is super low. Like if they would have got those numbers back in the day,
that would have been
like heads would have rolled. Like they would have been fucking people getting fired, all type of shit. But it's just the way it is now. Like there's way too many options for people to be watching things. And, cable television, not everyone has that shit. I don't have cable TV. I got apps and the internet and I access, through a third party. So, but my thing is with the packing of the stadium, I was trying to find, give me 1 second because I was trying to find something because there's AEW is having issues selling out Vegas. I think they're in Vegas for the
they
all
go to double
out, right?
or nothing, yeah. Double or nothing. They
Okay, so
in May.
they're still not sold out there, and they only have I think 10,000 seats there. And I was seeing something earlier, and I'm hoping to run into it. I think it is right here. Okay, so they've booked TD Garden for July 19th.
Oh, Boston.
Yeah. They booked TD Garden, and they're making a big deal out of that because that's one of those buildings that WWE's had like a monopoly over for a long time.
They just did they just did John Cena's return there on Raw,
right.
And they did War Games there.
Right. So, it's no secret that WWE has had a stranglehold over a lot of these places because they bring in the sellouts, they bring in the money, they bring in the people. So, you can't be mad at these people for sticking with what's been working for them.
Mm-hmm.
So now it kind of seems like WWE with the backing of WB is starting to branch out into these bigger places. They're doing Vegas, and now they're doing TD Garden. And I'm going to be very curious to see the numbers for TD Garden. Like, again, I don't give a shit. I'm more concerned about the product that's being given
Yeah.
out. But I want to see how they do with these bigger venues, because you say, you you said you think they'd be able to sell out like Jacksonville Jaguars Arena. I don't know, bro. I really don't know, because, and this is something I want to get into later when we talk about backlash. It seems to me like these American audiences, man, they're super fickle. And I don't know
Yes.
if it has to do with fanism or tribalism. And I don't mean it in a bad way. I just mean, like, I don't know if it's because I don't want to go see that. I'm gonna go see WWE. And maybe because of, I don't know, finances. Shit's expensive now. You know, it's sometimes it's a lot easier to just sit at home and watch these events on your television in the comfort of your home. I don't know what it is, but there's a big fucking difference, and we saw it this weekend with these. And again, I know Puerto Rico it's part of the United States, but you know,
It's not on the home soil.
it's like you consider it like, you know, out of the country, but it's not really. It's a territory. It's all complicated. But when you see like these, do I even say foreign? I don't even know how to. I think you try to, the gist of what I'm saying. When you look at how we sold out, I say we. You see how they sold out, almost sold out. Wembley. It's like
Yeah.
those overseas, those crowds that are not focused in the United States are like hungry for this shit. And those are the ones who'll sell out your arenas and all that and go crazy. So I'm a little iffy on. I mean, I would love to see them sell out TD Garden. That'd be fantastic.
Yeah.
But I
So
don't know if they're gonna do it.
I'm curious there because I've had friends, because obviously that's like in my neck of the woods. So they usually go to, if I remember, I think it's like the Boston University Arena. So it's smaller than the Garden, and they have a little trouble selling that out. And the Garden's obviously a lot bigger. I think they can, but it is going to be interesting because I agree with you with the American fan side. And this week was a perfect example, right? Sold out Puerto Rico 2 nights in a row. I'm pretty sure it's the same arena. Yeah, I think it was same arena. But and then Monday they were in Jacksonville, kind of conveniently for Raw, and it was quiet.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that, because I don't know if it was sold out or not, but that crowd was fucking doo-doo sticks.
It was, and there were some, because I kind of went in and watched certain parts of it, and some of it was like, it wasn't a bad Raw.
And that's the thing. It was actually a decent Raw, like a good Raw. Like, I was surprised. I was like, fuck, I actually want to go back and rewatch it. Because I was busy Monday, so I didn't get a chance to watch the whole show like I wanted to, but it was actually a good show. Well, and this fucking crowd was doo-doo.
Yeah, and I knew it was going to be in the beginning, because not trying to be that guy, but they did the Seth Rollins thing with the spotlight on him, and like no one said anything. Yeah. And like, not to be that guy, but that's like one of the most over things right now in the wrestling world. And then that triple threat match was great with him, Priest, and Nakamura.
The way that they pumped in that fucking crowd noise for fucking what
Brock.
segment was that shit?
Was it the Brock and Cody?
It was so fucking obvious that it was like it was pumped in crowd noise, but it was so obvious. Because you're literally like you're hearing the crowd doing a chant, and you're looking at the fucking hard camera side, like right there in front, and people are like this. And like they're just sitting there in silence, and you're hearing all this crowd noise.
And to me, it was nuts because, like, one, Brock generates a pop everywhere he goes, like he does, right? He's fucking Brock Lesnar, but like, yo, we saw how he looked. I've never seen Brock look like that. So you would have thought on the hard cam that would have got a pop, like on the big screen that would have gotten a pop. And I was just like, because I thought that was a pretty good segment, like even Brock, like on the mic and everything. But whatever, we'll dive into that when we get into the card. But so we have a rumor, Lou, and it could be a very good rumor, that AEW and Warner Brothers Discovery have come on to a new 5-year long $1 billion agreement. $1 billion. The entire AEW package, to include pay-per-views, which I know we're going to dive into this part, and weekly TV, would be exclusive to Warner Brothers and subject to streaming on Warner Brothers Discovery platforms. Once again, massive deal because everyone talks ratings. Oh, AEW's ratings are down, blah, 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 which we see they are, but they're obviously doing enough to get a $1 billion deal.
Right. And, obviously, this is a rumor.
Yeah.
Nothing has been officially announced in any way, but here's the thing about that. When you're a Twitter veteran the way we are, and you see this same report bouncing around the way it's bouncing around, that screams to me like it's a leak. Like that's a leak, and it's out there because someone wants to generate some type of interest and buzz around this thing. Bro, this morning at 6:30 in the morning, Tony Khan was trending #1. And I opened up Twitter, and when I looked at trending, it said Tony Khan. And I was like, oh my God, what happened to Tony Khan? Like I went to look, I was like, what happened? Did he die? What the fuck is going on? Because like that shit was weird. He was like trending #1 with like 6,000 tweets.
Did you see his twin at NXT?
Yeah, he was trending because of that and because of the fucking. I was like, wait, what's happening? And I clicked on his name, and I saw like the Warner Brothers thing, and then I'm like, oh shit! I started reading it, and as I scrolled down, I see this Afro dark skinned Tony Khan clone at the NXT show. That shit was hilarious. But again, it's just a rumor, but we wanted to include this because it's exciting. It's very exciting for a number of reasons. For me, it's very exciting. We were talking about this on the pre-show. I want all my AEW shit in one place. I'm sick of this TBS TNT bullshit. And then I got Ring of Honor too. I know Ring of Honor is more than likely going to stay the same the way it is right now with the way they run the app and everything, and that's fine. I'm cool with that. But having access to all the old pay-per-views and the old episodes of Dynamite, hopefully they do that, because I don't know if they would even do that. Again, it says there the entirety of the AEW packages, which is including weekly TV and pay-per-views. I don't know if that means they're going to take them off TV. I would think that's a mistake because they seem to be happy with the ratings, especially if the rumor is they're giving them $1 billion for their services. But that's what it says there in the blurb that we read. So we really won't know anything. Dave Meltzer's reporting that the new AEW TV rights deal and the Collision show are going to be announced as part of WB Discovery's show next Wednesday. Supposedly at Madison Square Garden, they're having a big show for Warner Brothers Discovery. They're going to announce a bunch of shit, and that's going to be one of the announcements. So we won't know anything next week this time. Maybe we'll do the show on Thursday just so we can report on shit. But we'll know more next week. And it's just, for me personally, I'm excited because the WWE Network app, I think Nick and I are in complete agreement that app was the shit. Peacock's great. Peacock has my Chicago PD on there, so I'm always gonna have Peacock there as long as that show is on there. And they've got the PLEs and all that shit. But the WWE Network app just hit different. That shit had, I didn't use it all, but the shit that I did use on there, I really enjoyed. So if I can have an app like that, but with AEW, I'm paying.
Yeah, it's one of them things where it's like, it's still a new company, but like Tony Khan's got to get on a streaming service, man. Like I get it. He probably wants to be on one. You know what I mean?
Well, imagine if they just put that shit on Max.
Yeah.
I'm already paying for HBO Max.
Same.
So if you do that,
I'm all in.
I'm all in. If you do that shit, it's a wrap.
Yeah.
That's already one of my favorite apps out of all the streaming apps. That fucking HBO Max is you get a lot of value.
See, in my opinion, too, I think that'd be so good because you hear of all these shows like Game of Thrones, The Last of Us, I keep going, right? People go back and rewatch The Sopranos, Entourage. That could probably help them generate viewers.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, I think it's awesome. I'm excited to see where it goes. But, yeah, something just having it, I don't know, man. It's not. Now, granted, I'm going to say this. It's not stressful trying to order or watch an AEW pay-per-view.
Right.
But it's like, it is a bitch, right? Because usually I'll sometimes I'll ball out and just pay for the pay-per-view, right? Because they don't really do the theater thing near me. And my thing is, it's like, it might sound very bougie, but it's like, I hate the lag. I hate all that. Like, I just want to watch.
Right.
So it doesn't bother me that it's only a couple of times a year. But it's like, with Peacock and WWE Network, you just log on, click, boom. And then with this, I usually order off Bleacher Report, I think, for the most part.
Yeah, that app
but it's
sucks.
yeah, I think it's Bleacher Report where I have to order it on my phone. But then it's like,
it
now I
sucks.
gotta
That
make
app
sure.
sucks.
Yeah, I'm like, now
There's
I gotta
no
make sure
bones
it
about
reflects. I gotta make sure it reflects on my TV. Like, goddamn, Tony, put it on something so I can just say,
It
even
sucks.
if it's
and
play. Are you sure you want to confirm this purchase? Yes.
Yeah, because it used to be able to get AEW shit on Fight. Now Fight is a great app. That shit just works, and I've been surprised at how well it works sometimes. When I order something and I'm on my phone and I just download the app, I swear to God, like, it already had me signed in on my TV. And I was like, oh shit, I thought I was gonna have to reset. Oh, this is perfect. And it just plays.
Yeah.
So, but then I guess some kind of rights deal happened or whatever, and you can only do that shit if you're outside the country. But at least that app works. The Bleacher Report app sucks a dick. It sucks.
Yeah.
The service might be great, Bleacher, nothing against the company, but their app sucks a dick.
Mm-hmm. One thing I wanted to say, going back to the stadium thing, because I forgot to say it then and it popped up again. So, because I went to Double or Nothing last year in Vegas.
Right.
I think it ended up being a sellout, like, in the end. But every wrestler has said Vegas is hard to sell. Stone Cold's gone on record to say it. I think Taker's even said it, because, like, you're not there for wrestling. Like, you know what I mean? So, yeah, I could see why maybe they're struggling there. Nice little arena they go to, the T-Mobile Arena. Pretty legit arena.
Right.
But I think they'll be good now, but because a lot of people like me travel like that 2-3 hours from California to go out there to see it.
And again, as we get closer to the,
which is
the actual
crazy,
date or whatever,
Well, Double or Nothing's 2 weeks away.
Yeah, it's not sold out yet technically. And I don't know the numbers, because I honestly haven't really been keeping track of that shit, because there's like too much going on.
Last I saw, they were down like 1,000 or 2. Nothing crazy.
And it's like, that's not, it's not a big deal. It's not like they're still holding on to 3,000 tickets. You know what I mean? It's not anything like that. But it's just like, man, when I went to that show a couple weeks ago, I was just really surprised, man, and again, I know it was raining. The weather here was very bad. So that might have played a part. And Floridians are notoriously late to everything. If you watch the Miami Heat games, you'll see it's empty in the beginning, and then it's a playoff game, and these people are walking in late. Like, that shit, it's crazy. Like, when I went to the Heat game, when the Knicks came to town, all the Knicks fans swarmed that building, and it was just a sea of blue and orange. And then the Heat fans were trickling in, like, second quarter, close to halftime. They were still coming in. It's like, damn, bro, you pay all this money for these fucking tickets, and you show up like almost at halftime? Fuck are y'all doing? Like, that don't make no type of sense.
So I pulled up this app, WrestleTix. They track ticket sales.
Okay.
And as of 2 days ago, it's currently set up for 9,872. 6,807 have been distributed, and available tickets was 3,065.
Okay.
But that's obviously probably going to go down. But where they're struggling is the house shows that they're doing. Those are like this weekend with like well over 1,000 tickets left. Yeah, like they're doing one Friday in Corbin, Kentucky. Baron Corbin should show up, but they have like around 4,000 left. It looks like it's a big arena though, to be fair.
Yeah, like I was saying, it's taking away.
Yeah, no, because I've noticed a lot of people who go to AEW shows.
Yeah, just taking away from the bad weather and the other Miami stuff. Man, I know that they said that was the hard cam side, so it's usually empty. But bro, that looked really bad. Like that whole section, like where I was sitting, was on the left side of the entrance. That's where I was sitting, to the left side. So on the right side, there were seats on that first level, and then everything above that was completely empty. And it was weird because we're just like, there was like this big giant light at the top, like near the suite, which I guess was the hard cam or whatever. Giant ass bright light. So when you looked over there, you're kind of like squint a little bit because you see this light, but that whole shit was empty, dude. And it was like, that's kind of weird. Like, why wouldn't you? Like, were they not able to sell those tickets, or like, I don't understand. And then when I was looking at the rest,
they tore weird.
Yeah, and as I'm looking at the rest of the arena, I was just kind of like it wasn't empty. I'm not saying it was empty. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I was like, bro, I thought this would definitely sell out. And I wanted it to sell out because I want them to come back, especially if it's 5 minutes from my fucking house.
Yeah.
So, I was like, I guess they were happy with the attendance, but, fuck, man. I thought it was going to be like packed to the gills, and it wasn't. And I was very surprised.
Yeah. I don't know. It's weird. But like you said, those international shows are going to do it. That's why it's smart. Yeah. They did that first. But I guess speaking of international shows, you ready?
One more thing. Supposedly, I was listening to not supposedly that I was listening to, but I was listening to a little bit of the Matt Men's podcast, and supposedly, according to them, and they have a lot of pull, they're saying that it's hit 70,000.
That's fucking awesome.
It's already hit 70,000. So,
I'm not shocked.
That's phenomenal. It really is. I'm very happy for them. So that's going to be a hell of a show. Those fans are. You imagine that, bro? 70,000 of them crazy ass motherfucking fans, and the way they're going to be bugging over there. That's going to be a hell of a show. It's going to be a great show. Yeah, and not one match announced. Not one CM Punk. Not one Jamie Hayter. Not one. No nothing. No nothing announced. Just a pay-per-view. That's it. That's going to be fucking awesome. Oh, one thing I heard too was that Nigel McGuinness trademarked his name, like as a pro wrestler, like his pro wrestling name. So there's rumors that he's gonna wrestle at that show. That's gonna be nuts if that happens.
Be insane.
That's gonna be nuts. So,
I'm all in for that, man.
Yeah, I'm fucking ready. I'm so ready.
It's just nuts, man. In the wrestling world, like, you're never done. Whether you say like you're just older and retired or injured.
How can you not? That's why I don't like. Just so far, it's been half an hour, and I think we've been both critical and on the positive on both big companies. Like, and it's cool. It's all good. That doesn't take one away from the other. So it's like, I don't understand how you can hear these things that AEW is doing as this new company and be like, just like mad and hate them. Like, I don't understand that shit.
My thing is, it's weird. And when I mean weird, like there are people, whatever company it is, that like, you could tell get genuinely upset when something goes bad for the company they love, and when something goes good for the company they hate, how like mad they get.
Yeah.
At the same time. And
it's like, almost like when like something like when the ratings come, perfect example, the fucking ratings. These guys are like jerking off all over themselves because it didn't hit 1 million. And they're posting their they got like a whole folder full of fucking memes ready to go that they post every single week. And they're there every week. As soon as the tweet drops, they're there. And I'm like, why do you like, why are you here? Like, why are you here?
The only one I like is I love when motherfuckers roast Dave Meltzer, though.
Yeah, it's always funny.
It's funny, but and I don't believe in the word biased when it comes to wrestling. I just think I believe in biased actually, but like you can just see who kind of likes more, and when you read his stuff, he's quicker to defend like AEW versus WWE, and I think it's probably just because the dude's older as shit. Like he likes pro wrestling and things like that. Like that's probably why. But people are like roasting, like Meltzer, go kill yourself, and I'm like, God damn, bro. Like,
damn, bro. Like y'all gotta fucking relax. Y'all gotta relax. And I know people have their problems with Meltzer, and we reference Meltzer a lot on this show. And the reason why I reference him a lot is because he's been doing this shit like 40 fucking years. His words gotta have some type of value.
Yeah, I
So
think
when
I
he
think we've
hears
said it
something and
before.
I verify it, I try to use his name because it's the most, reputable name I know. Yeah, I know he's posted some bullshit before, but
Yeah,
bro, you're not gonna hit
who
on
hasn't?
every rumor. They're called rumors for a reason.
There's only 3 wrestling sites I'll really listen to, like him, Wrestling Inc., and then Fightful. Even though that
Right.
Sean Ross dude's kind of a corn sometimes on Twitter if you see the shit he does. But
Yeah.
that motherfucker, he in the game. Like, you know what I mean? He knows his shit.
Yeah, for the most
But
part, it's the same. Fightful,
Fightful and
Observer.
Wrestling Observer are definitely the
Yeah.
powerhouses, like, with it. Yeah, so it's good with that. But yeah, I don't know, man. People are just, and we're always going to reference this. People just don't want to see people do good. But it's nuts because the wrestlers who are friends with each other in these companies are like, hell yeah,
So
dude, that's
stupid.
probably fucking awesome.
Yeah, it's so stupid. I
Did
just.
like that tweet? You see that tweet Triple H apparently liked and then disliked?
Yeah. Oh my god. Oh my god. The coping that the WWE drones were doing on that tweet was hilarious. They were like, "Oh no, he only clicked like on it because the end of it says that WWE was the most profitable it's ever been. That's the only reason why he clicked like on it." I'm like, "How the fuck do you know what he's doing or not doing with his phone? You fucking jackasses!"
One thing we can say about Triple H, that dude loves professional wrestling. I bet you
Yeah,
he is not offended by them whatsoever. Like,
people are
you
so,
know, I don't think he'll
bro.
ever verbally say their
They're more
competition.
profitable now than they've ever been in the history of the company. What the fuck does he care about?
Yeah,
AW's success is not taking anything away from WWE. They're not losing
exactly.
viewers, they're not losing money. They're a powerhouse in itself. Like,
Yeah.
that's it.
It's like they're over here like, oh my god. All WWE fans are like pissed with all the all in. Like, yo, they're selling 70,000. Dude, WWE just did that for 2 nights in LA. Like, yo, like you think they really give a fuck that they're selling out Wembley?
Yeah.
They're probably, if anything, they're probably like, fuck yeah. Now we can maybe go there, back there again, or
Yeah.
whatever.
Like,
Who
people
cares?
when that shit was first announced, people were like, they'll be lucky to sell 15K. Then they blew past that shit the first day. Then
Which
they
I
were like,
knew they've done more than that in the
yeah.
States.
Like, they won't get past 25K. They'll be lucky to get past that. They'll be lucky to get past. They just kept moving it, bro. The goalposts just kept getting fucking moved and moved. Every fucking tweet that came out that they sold more and more, it was just like, oh, then it just became, oh, but they'll never get to 90,000. They won't sell out. It's like, bro, they don't need to sell out.
But here's the thing. It's as we keep saying, the United Kingdom, you anywhere outside of literally America has great fans. And it's not like AEW just has these scrubs. They have well-known talent. They have homegrown talent there from there. Like, of course that's going to do good. You know what I mean? Like, perfect example. Say Drew McIntyre wasn't on the Clash card. Say he was hurt. That pay-per-view still would have done that good.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
If the rumors of Drew McIntyre being unhappy, which is something we honestly we could have touched on the show. I guess we can touch on it now. Did you see any of that? That he's unhappy and he's not resigning, and supposedly he
I
might
saw.
just
But
wait
then
it
they
out and
confirmed
leave.
his contract's up early 2024.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
So I don't know why I'm seeing all these things about that. It's like coming up soon.
No, Meltzer or Fightful said it's early 2024. But I guess little things like he wasn't one of the superstars who was in the loop on where he was getting drafted. Like, I guess apparently he found out he got drafted to Raw. Like, I guess watching Raw, which I don't know. I agree he's a big enough name that he should know, but I wish none of them knew, just in general.
Yeah, that'd be cool if they did that. Like, they didn't tell them, and they kind of just
Yeah.
like they did it like old school. Where I used to like that shit when they were all sitting in that room in the back.
Yeah.
And then they would just call a name and you would see like, I used to like that shit. I don't know why they don't do that shit now, because that shit was mad boring with the Triple H just standing there and making announcements. And then you had, it was cool to see Teddy Long and shit, but that was like, you couldn't do a better, like, come on, man.
Hey, real talk. How about speaking the draft and then call it? Zoe Stark looked good the other night.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel bad for Nikki because, you know, I love Nikki Cross. But man, 10-second Nikki Cross squash.
Yeah.
I don't know what she did wrong. I don't know what's going on with her. but my God, I thought they were relaunching her into something and they didn't. But at least Zoe Stark looked good. They made her look like a fucking legit threat. Now, why they had Natalia come out to challenge Rhea on the show instead of Zoe Stark, I won't never understand.
I saw a tweet, and it's so true. And I respect Natalia. I respect her. You know, she probably teaches a lot of these women and everything like that. But it was a screenshot of them face to face and said, "Up, it's that time of year again." Because Natalia always ends up in the top. Which, granted, I get it. She's a veteran. Like, Rhea beats her. Like, granted, we see how Natalia, I don't think she gets treated awful, but, like, all she has to her is that she's a credible veteran. And I get it. It's like, you have that
the
knock
fan perception. Like, you see her and you know she's not gonna fucking win a thing. You know she's not gonna win.
Yeah.
So it's just like you're like, what? Instantly when she like, and again, great athlete. And I've seen Natalia have great matches, and God, her Instagram that's just a whole other thing. But when you see her, and I'm speaking as a fan, you see her when you hear her music. Her music hit in that segment, and I literally went like, I hear that, I'm like, I know it ain't Bret Hart. I'm like, oh, it's Natalia, and you could almost hear everyone go, like, why are we doing this right now? No, not Shayna Baszler. No, not Zoe Stark. No, not Xia Li, who they had there in the building, and she was back there she got a clipboard put in her face by Chelsea Green, and that's all she did. You could have used Xia Li in that position, but no, that's Natalia.
I think it's because they're going to use Natalia for Saudi. I'll see that with whatever, get it over the way.
I guess, but
yeah. But
and maybe it's maybe it's because you don't want to have Zoe Stark lose to Rhea, because obviously Zoe Stark is not going to lose to Rhea. But honestly, if you put Zoe Stark in a match with Rhea Ripley and they have a couple bangers and she loses, you lost to the champion. Like, that's not you're not buried.
So okay, maybe I'm wrong for this, but I'm not opposed to when someone, like, perfect example, right? AJ Styles just comes back, right? I personally think he's going to face Seth in the finals, personally. Which AJ, Edge, and Ray can be a bang over triple threat on Friday.
I want to see that.
But anyway, like, say AJ was not in this tournament, and he was just going to fight Roman at Night of Champions, right? Like, yeah, he just returned, so everyone thinks he should win. But it's like, I don't know. I think if the match is good and booking's done right, even if you're debuting, like, I don't think it's bad if you lose. That's just me.
And it depends also how you do it. It depends on how you do it. Because Karrion Kross debuting against Jeff Hardy and losing to a roll-up, Jeff Hardy cheated. He cheated to win as a face to beat Karrion Kross, who was the NXT champion at the time. That was I will never forgive Vince McMahon for that shit. Never. I'll never understand that in my life. What was the thinking there for that? I'll never understand that.
Well, you'll never understand the costume and all the other bullshit too. But Mustache Man.
Never understand the Mustache Man.
You never will. Wonder where he's been. I'm glad I haven't heard.
He's awful quiet.
Yeah.
Seeing Natalia pop up. Supposedly he's doing a lot of shit, man. You listen to these rumors, bro. Supposedly he's back there fucking cutting and pasting that fucking show, bro. He's busy.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, besides the Raw after Mania, the shows haven't really been awful. And it's been like 4 or 5 of them, but we'll see. There's still however many more weeks in the year. But yeah, man, I think it's time we take this deep dive into the plea. So as you guys know, as we were saying earlier, we had 2 hot nights in Puerto Rico, San Juan, Puerto Rico. SmackDown was cool, and so was the pay-per-view. One thing Lou and I both texted, I want to get not out of the way, but I want to speak on it now before we get into the matches, is I don't know if it's because of the way the arena was built or whatever, but regardless, that stage setup was cool. It
That shit
kind of
was
looked
dope.
like the Rumble and like SummerSlam vibe. They come around the corner, but I don't know. It made, to me, where I liked it, because one, it made the plea and SmackDown feel like a bigger deal.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because usually it's just a big screen, right? Get it? It looks cool, but like the little thing like that made that SmackDown feel important. That
Right.
gave Backlash a different feel. You know, it
Yeah.
wasn't just, oh yeah, here's SmackDown. Okay, boom, now it says SmackDown. Okay, boom, now it says Backlash, like on a big screen.
Yeah.
So I
That's
agree
one
with
thing
you.
about WWE is a difference where you watch other shows. You know, sports entertainment, that's not only what you see in the ring, it's everything from the
Mm-hmm.
giant 3D things that you see on TV, the pyro and the way they set up their stages all the time, where there's different little touches and nuances that they do. That's all part of it. When you watch a WWE show or a pay-per-view, especially one that they're like excited about, like this one, obviously they were like very excited about this show.
They had a
And you
fucking
could
press
see
conference.
with the drone shots
That was
and
awesome.
the press conferences and shit, just the presentation from like the audio and the visual that you get, you WWE they put money into their own product, you know, for lack of a better phrase to say. Whereas sometimes when you watch AEW, it's just, you know, you get a little bit of pyro and you get a big screen, and really that's it. They're more focused on bringing you the action in the ring, which that's fine. But, you know, when you watch even Raw, just even watching Raw on TV, bro, those repetitive video packages, they can get annoying to people like us who watch the shit every week, and we already seen this. But you know, they're hyping their own product. And then again, that giant big time Bex fucking 3D thing, and the Roman big
one,
giant fucking Roman big dog thing, like that, all that shit's like, it makes shit bigger than life. And it's like that's something that WWE does extremely well. So they could take a cue from them and start doing shit like that. Don't get me wrong. I don't want to see big giant fucking Kenny Omega 3D fucking things on the screen.
The elite shit,
yeah, but you know, they could. There's things that they can do, and he has the money, so you know.
Yeah, but man, this crowd for Backlash was hot, and it started off hot. And I know we're gonna go match by match in order, and we're gonna go into in depth into this for other reasons. But so the first match was Raw Women's Champion Bianca Belair retained against Io Sky. Phenomenal match in my opinion. I thought it was a really great match. One of the best women's matches of the year. The crowd loved Io, which was great. I felt in a way Io needed not just this match, but that reaction. I don't think she was on the brisk. They literally adopted her. Yeah, like, did you see that tweet? It's like, I think it's Public Enemy podcast shared it. It said Puerto Ricans adopted Io like black people adopted Jeff Hardy. I was just like, what the fuck, bro?
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a great match, and there were times I thought I wouldn't be surprised if Triple H was in the ear saying, "Yo, switch it." Well,
I think in things like that, I think we give Triple H a little too much credit. What I wanted to do for this match was to give Bianca Belair that woman again. And I hate saying this shit because it makes me sound like an ass. But when I saw Bianca in NXT, I was like, this bitch is gonna be gigantic when she goes to the main roster. Again, sometimes I hit a home run, sometimes I swing and miss, because I've said the same thing about Nikita Lyons, and I'm still waiting for that to pan out. I still think I might hit on that tweet, but we'll see with her. But Bianca, you know, she didn't start with any kind of wrestling training. She's an athlete, an incredible athlete, and she's learned her trade, and now she's one of the best. And everything that she does in that ring looks good. She's safe. The fact that I wanted to give her credit for her ring awareness, for understanding the moment that was had there, where they were cheering for the heel, and booing her, and she was like,
like a
oh,
heel.
okay, so I'm gonna be the bad guy now. And she played into it. She wasn't totally heelish, but she was definitely playing to the crowd, like, oh yeah, I want to boo me. Okay, all right, and I'll take that. I'll be that. I need heel Bianca. It's time.
Yeah.
It's the perfect time to turn her heel right now. Like, just do it and let her have a heel run as champion. It'll freshen her up, because I know people, oh, I'm tired of Bianca. Durr. Well, those fucking idiots who were tired of her, guess what? Now you're gonna see the other side. And pair Montez up with her, bro. Pair Montez up with her.
Heel couple, yeah.
Let her and fucking Becky start feuding, and you can throw Seth in there too, and then you can have Seth and Montez, and you can have Becky. You could do a whole lot of shit with that.
Yeah.
You can do a whole lot of shit with that.
The other thing I liked from it is because I was a little bummed out when Damage Control got drafted together to SmackDown. Because I want, and to be honest, all three of them to do their own thing.
Yeah.
But I'm very happy. The route it seems it's going is Io's going to go on her own, and Bayley and Dakota are going to be a tag team, which I think is good. I think that's good for the tag division. Because I think Bayley still deserves like another singles run, and I think she will, but she's been doing her own thing from like 16 to 22. So it's not like she, you know what I mean? She's done everything but win a Royal Rumble, essentially. You know what I mean? So I'm cool with her being in the tag. And it seems like we're getting that Io split, which I like, because I want to see Io versus Bayley and Io versus Dakota. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, and Bayley was looking good on Saturday.
Let me tell you something, bro. Bayley, and Bayley, listen here. She knows she knows exactly what she's doing when she wears some of the shit that she wears. When I see her walk out with that shit on, I didn't even know what to think. People, I saw a tweet where somebody was like, somebody posted a tweet from her from behind. And the reason they did that was because she had Io Sky like shaved into the back of her head, like in her hair.
Mm-hmm.
And I forgot who tweeted it, but they were like, oh, in case you missed it, Bayley had Io Sky's name cut into the back of her head, as if anyone was looking at the back of her head. And it was a shot from the edge. Listen, you can't do that shit, Bayley. That's not fair. It's just not fair. You can't be wearing type shit like that. You can't do it.
And I want to give Bayley, because we could sit here and praise Bianca and Io all day. Everyone who's listening to us who watches the show knows how good of a man. I liked Dakota here, because when Bayley was walking down, Dakota was kind of looking like timid, like, I don't know if this is a good idea, blah, blah, blah. Like, seemed like the concerned friend, even though Bayley obviously seemed concerned. It's not like she cost her the match. Well, she did, I guess, cost her the match, but purposely didn't cost her the match. So that you can see there's that tension and storyline there, which I liked. But yeah, dude, I really enjoyed this match. This was a hot start to the match.
Yeah, for sure. One of the best women matches of the year. I think I still have Sasha and Kairi up there, although I haven't seen the triple threat.
I haven't seen that yet, but
I haven't watched that yet myself. I heard it was great. I just haven't had a chance to watch it yet. But I think I still have Sasha and Kairi up there, even though the match wasn't that long. I still think it was a great match. Yeah. But this is up there.
Charlotte and Rhea's up there still.
Oh man, yeah, that's probably the best women's match this year, man.
Yeah, honestly. That's my personal one. I say
honestly,
Sasha.
That's yeah.
I'd say Mercedes and Kairi second, and then this is third for me.
Yeah, I'm cool with that. Yeah, because that fucking Charlotte Rhea match was fantastic. I almost forgot about that.
Yeah, and then next we both predicted this one. Seth Rollins defeated Omos. Good match, as we keep praising on this show. Omos is getting better and better in the ring. Seth obviously carried him in this, but Omos, where did you see improvement in Omos?
So, his as far as ring awareness goes and being in the right place, like it would be very easy for him to fuck up a lot of spots just because of his size and I know he's pretty fast for a guy his size, but him being that big, you would imagine that there's probably a lot that he could probably fuck up from trying to move too fast or trying to do things that he probably can't do. And I think Omos is very good at knowing exactly what he's good at and focusing on that,
Yeah.
and him knowing where to be. Because, you know, that curb stomp, it's a fairly obvious finisher. You know it's coming because somebody's on their hands and knees and they're sticking their head out.
Yeah.
You know, it's for the most part, you know when that shit's coming. And I think Omos did a fantastic job of like not making it like super obvious that he's sitting there waiting to get curb stomped, especially with the top rope, the super fucking curb stomp.
That
Like,
was dope.
yeah, he was like, and here's the thing with that too. I know we say on this show we're tired of seeing him lose on these big pay-per-views. Like, we would like to see him fucking actually win a match because you know, he gets built up as this big monster. You go to a pay-per-view, he loses. And it's like, how many times are you going to see that? But I think, man, this guy literally had to climb the top rope and stomp you to death to get a 3 count. So I think in the end that, you know, it served this purpose of still making Omos look very strong. So
Well, I like when he like didn't go down for the curb stomp.
yeah.
That was cool because we've never seen that. Even like Brock's never done that. Brock's always.
Did he kick out at 1 from the first curb stomp?
I think
and
he might
he
have.
threw
Yeah.
Seth off. Like, get the fuck off of me. Like,
yeah. So like he's getting good at being a really, really good big man. And he's not doing the typical. Because remember, I made fun of him for it in like a funny way, but he always kept doing, "This is my house." That's all he would ever say the whole match.
Yeah.
And he's gotten a lot better at that. But this was what it was. I definitely think it wasn't a bad match. By any means. Definitely was entertaining. And then kind of to add to it though, it's nuts because it's like you knew he was gonna win, Seth, because of what happened Monday. For those who don't know, Seth won the triple threat match against, was it Priest and Nakamura?
Yep.
And then he beat Finn Balor in the finals to go to Night of Champions.
And that was a good match.
Yeah, I thought both of them were.
That was a really good match.
I like how the callback in the match with Finn hitting the buckle bomb. Like that
he threw him right into that shit nasty too, bro.
Yeah, so that was good. And so let me get your thoughts on this because it's not show related with this.
Hey!
Couple of haters. Hey! A couple of haters over here.
Daddy's home.
What up?
Look at this guy.
What's up, man?
What's up, Dom?
We just talking Seth and Omos. We just started the card.
Oh, put my One Piece hat on.
Nice.
Dude, what did you think of the show this week? I don't know how long we have you for, but what did you...
I was doing some Manscaped preparation for the show tonight.
Ooh.
You know,
my.
Go to manscaped.com and you can get 20% off your order plus free shipping if you use promo code RBRShave.
I'm actually going to remember that because I have Manscaped products.
Yeah, I just got me the new lawnmower 4.0 and I got the beard trimmer coming in.
This motherfucker crashed. He crashed the podcast just to fucking hot products.
Yeah, man.
Unbelievable.
Oh, no, now I got to go. Nah, man. But don't forget to get the hooks, rubs, and spices too.
What you think of the show, man?
We're gonna talk a little bit about it more tonight. But as far as you know what, I'm not gonna even lie. I might have to go back and watch the Omos and Seth match because I did kind of tune out. And it wasn't because of who was in it doing the performance or whatever. It's just like I had other shit going on and I just didn't really pay attention to it. But the bits and pieces I did see were all right. I mean, Seth did his job to make Omos look good as he could possibly do. And Omos didn't do too bad. I mean, he's steadily progressing, but you would think as much as they push him to the forefront that he would be a lot further along than what he is. But he's steadily making incremental improvements.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. I was praising his I was more impressed. I was just saying right when you came in, I was more impressed with like his ring awareness that he's kind of grown in that where like because what I was telling niggas like that curb stomp, when that shit's coming because you see somebody on all fours with they sticking their neck out and you know they're about to get curb stomped. So he did a good job of not making that super obvious for that last the super one.
Yeah, he stole Bobby Lashley gimmick. You know, Lashley was the first one to block that curb stomp like that.
Oh, he wasn't. Okay.
Oh,
We were
yeah,
just
yeah,
literally maybe 30 seconds before he came on. I was like, I don't think anyone's ever done that, not even Brock.
Yeah, Lashley was the first one to do that because he tried to do it was the same exact setup. He went for the stomp and he was on all fours and he kind of staved it off and everything because he got that big ass neck and traps
That
and
shit was
shit.
dope. That shit was dope. Well, I enjoyed that match. Really did.
Yeah.
We just want almost start maybe win a match on a pay-per-view sometime soon. That'd be great.
I mean, the people seem to like him, but you know, wrestling fans don't like almost too much.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'd like to see him like talk on his own because we've seen him do interviews and he's
he's great.
A super eloquent dude.
And he's also like one of the people that WWE has under their employ that have like family ties, you know, in another country and shit, and they don't capitalize on that stuff. Like Veer, that dude was like a professional baseball player and shit, and he has a Disney movie made about his life.
Yeah,
and they don't capitalize on that and shit. The only thing they do to allude to that fact is his freaking clothesline that he do, which is pretty awesome. It's called the $1 Million Arm.
Yeah,
you know, and that's the name of the movie.
Yeah,
right. Let me tell you something.
Let me tell you something, brother.
That promo on Raw that they did with the three of them, that shit was fire. I was very, very impressed by that silly little shit. That shit was dope.
I'm gonna
see
be
more.
the guy to say a hot take right now. I was low key a fan of Jinder Mahal's title run in 2017.
I still am. I am.
Yeah.
I am one of those people too. I love that shit.
And
because it gave us something
trio,
that.
I think this trio, if done right, could get to that level.
Yeah,
if done right.
Yeah, and that was the thing that I enjoyed about Jinder's title run. I know it wasn't the best, but it was out of the norm. It was out of nowhere for no reason whatsoever, and I appreciate that because, you know, it's only Brock, it's only Seth, it's only, you know, Roman, you know, at the time or whatever. But to them to break it up like that, you know, it was pretty cool.
They'll shuffle a little Randy Orton in there every once in a while.
He beat Randy Orton. He beat AJ Styles. He beat Shinsuke Nakamura. I know that's crazy, right?
Yeah.
And that was the thing. He had a long run because he won the pay-per-view after Mania. I think it was like April or May. It was May, actually. And he held on to that shit till November. Because I remember they did the title change in the UK. Because he was supposed to fight Brock at Survivor Series. And then they switched it to AJ versus Brock.
I think one of my favorite things about Jinder was that fucking silky soul glow fucking hair that he used to have.
He had a dope entrance too when everything was black.
Yeah.
And then he'd come out and then like
he'd light up.
Like,
and his theme was a fucking banger. That shit was fucking
still is
a vibe. That shit was a vibe.
Yeah, because like what you were saying, it was everything would go black, then like the mosque would show up in the background and like it'd be like a red carpet come up to the thing. That I like that shit. That shit was
and he was delivering some fire promos too.
Until he got to Nakamura.
So Rob can speak to this because we've witnessed it. So when we were stationed in Missouri, I went to Money in the Bank in 2017, and the co-main event was Jinder versus Randy. Now this might sound obvious, but Randy Orton being from St. Louis, Rob and I know he heel or face, that dude gets an insane pop in St. Louis, and Jinder did so good in that match because Jinder won. And it was just like Jinder was the most hated dude on that planet because we were in St. Louis for that show. And I don't know. I if done right, I would not be mad to see like Jinder get like a world title run.
And you know what's weird though? Kids love Veer for whatever reason. Because there's like countless social media posts of Veer like with the kids and kids bringing signs, you know, for Veer. Maybe it's because of his baseball crossover. I don't know, but like the kids love Veer.
Did you like how they referenced? Did you like how they referenced in the promo Monday? Whatever the group, what's the group called again?
Indishir
is coming. They did like the Veer is coming thing.
Well, see, I have the disadvantage of I watched the Hulu cut of Monday Night Raw this week, so it cuts out a lot of that fluff. So I didn't see a lot of that things because the only thing they emphasized was both of the triple threats,
Brock and Cody.
Yeah, that and I think the tag match and one other match because they chopped down 3 hours of Raw into 90 minutes on the Hulu cut.
Yeah.
Which is probably honestly the preferred way to watch.
Hell yeah.
That's how
Raw
I watch it sometimes.
Hell yeah.
Oh God, yeah. Rob, how long do we have you for?
Until I leave.
Okay. I want to hear your thoughts on one match, but it's kind of close. But anyway, next was the triple threat match for the United States title. Austin Theory, as Lou and I predicted, retained against Bobby and Bronson Reed. I thought I was
kind of shocked about that.
Yeah. So I had a feeling. We both were saying, I think, with him going to SmackDown, the only one that. So once again, kind of like a draft bitch, but going into this match, Bobby and Austin were on SmackDown with the United States title, and Bronson was on Raw, where the IC title got drafted. If they did the draft after this, I would have thought Bronson would have won, which I thought, I don't know about you guys, Bronson looked great in this match. He showed like his big man abilities and stuff. I don't know your guys' thoughts, but to me, I thought it was a good match, but Bronson Reed was like the MVP in this match for me.
I agree. I thought he was going to take it. I thought it was his for the taking or whatever, but it be what it be. Because I know damn sure Lashley wasn't going to get it back for whatever reason. And now you have that interesting wrinkle of having Lashley on SmackDown with Roman as the champion and everything. So that could be a pretty good matchup that they might have down the line because Roman is going to surpass that 1,000-day reign.
Yeah. I want them to because a lot of people want Bobby and Roman instantly at Night of Champions, and I don't because Night of Champions is only 3 weeks away. So I'd rather have Bobby go at SummerSlam because one, it's a bigger platform, and two, more time to build it. I don't think
build it up because one of the cool things
build it so you can lose.
Yeah, because regardless, bro, ain't nobody beating Roman Reigns.
Exactly. No, you're right.
But the thing is, one of the cool things they did with the draft was one of the cool things about the free agency shit is that you have Cedric and Shelton are free agents. And so they can hop along their ass over to fucking SmackDown and they could do this Hurt Business shit and you can have them feud with the Bloodline for a little bit. Take it into fucking, you know what I'm saying? Stretch it out for a little bit. Give Roman something to do.
It could be perfect because you got Roman and Bobby who can talk.
Yeah.
Then you bring in Omos.
Bobby is debatable.
Yeah, but then you have Omos who can go face to face with Solo because of the way they book Solo. Cedric and Shelton against the Usos, and then even MVP and Heyman.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's
works for me.
One needs. Yeah,
that shit works for me, man. So it'd be cool if they did that. What they're gonna do, I don't know, but we'll find out because Roman's gonna be on SmackDown Friday, so we'll figure out what the fuck he's doing. This extended vacation.
Yeah.
He should just come into the ring with like a little clicker and be like, so I was in Belize and here's some pictures of me in Belize. And then we hopped over to fucking Hawaii and here's some more pictures and just had them shits on the Titantron.
So
and just so slideshow
the Drew Gulak PowerPoint presentation.
Yeah.
But what's crazy is think about this. In 2023, Brock Lesnar has had more pay-per-view appearances this year than Roman Reigns. Brock Lesnar's been on every single show. And he's now booked for the next show, Night of Champions.
Yeah. And he still hasn't wrestled on TV.
No. We thought we had it. We thought we had it. And then he beat the shit out of Cody.
Yeah. Show up, beat ass, and leave.
But yeah, any thoughts on this match, I guess, for you guys that besides Bronson Reed's
Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed it. I thought it was a good match. I've seen that finish before, the swap finish thing. So I kind of wasn't the biggest fan of that finish, but it served its purpose. You protect Bobby. Bronson takes the pin. It's not really going to hurt him. He took a spear from Lashley. The heel gets the win in a heel way. So I understand it. I just, wasn't a big fan of it. But the match itself was really good. I like Bronson a lot. I see big things for that dude in the future. So, and I'm glad that he's not because sometimes these guys get called up and they don't do shit. And it's nice to see that he's in the mix, like always. He seems to always be on TV.
Because remember,
they got him away from the Miz real quick.
Yeah.
What happened? Didn't he have a big spot in the chamber? Didn't it take 5 dudes to eliminate him or some dumb shit? He didn't go out.
It took everybody to get him out. Yeah, they all jumped on top of him for the pin.
Yeah, because I know Triple H is big on him. Because when Triple H was running NXT, Bronson Reed won the North American title, and they go.
I mean, the
release.
fucking guy beat Okada. Like,
Yeah,
he's a fucking big deal, dude.
it is.
Yeah.
And then
He ain't beating
So the
Okada
next
now
one-
though, because Okada in asshole mode.
then what we had next, this was an emotional one. Rhea Ripley defended the SmackDown and retained the SmackDown Women's title over Zelina Vega. Lou, you got
I almost
the pin
wanted
you
her
wanted
to-
on. You got.
I almost
the
wanted
pin
her
on
to win.
Zelina like you wanted.
I did get what I wanted out of this match, so I'm happy. I got the we got the folded up Zelina Vega in the middle of the ring. That's
Yeah,
all I
the
wanted.
lawn chair.
Yep. One
Folded her
Zelina
ass
just
upright.
Zelina just looked beautiful, like in general. Like her gear was sick. She had a dope entrance.
That shit with the flag was dope because sometimes when they do that, it's like, like what's her name? Dalton Castle has the peacock thing,
peacock joint,
and it's very fluffy and shit. But this shit looked like the flag looked like super stiff. Like I thought her arms were gonna be stuck there, and then when she collapsed it, I was like, damn, that's fucking dope. Like the way that shit just instantly collapsed down and it just looked like part of like her outfit. I thought that was so cool.
Yeah, so she had that. She threw the chancla at Rhea Ripley.
Accurately too.
Yeah, accurately. I know,
had a
because
nice
that would have
spin.
missed. That would have been all over the internet because people are assholes. But yeah, she got a great reaction. I think even the crowd knew, like, all right, this girl's probably not gonna take this. But I thought it was cool. You know what I mean? Because as we said in the past, she's been done dirty, like with the whole Twitch thing or whatever it was. Then she got released, and then she came back and was booked for the 9/11 show at MSG, which tragically her father passed away, and she got cut from it by the old grumpy fuck.
That's terrible.
And then, not that any of this didn't make up for it. It did, but not 100%. But yeah, I think, and Zelina didn't look bad in this.
No, one thing I liked about this match was, obviously you knew who was gonna win.
Yeah.
And obviously
I had hope still, man.
Well,
I did too.
I mean, Zelina Vega's talented. She's just not like she's no slouch. She can wrestle. She can go. We've seen her go before, and she does the best that she can with some of these shit gimmicks that she does get. But again, I knew the outcome, what it was gonna be. But I think this was like a perfectly booked match because even she gave Rhea a lot of problems for the amount of time that she had. She gave her some problems with the leg, and she was fucking all over the place, and she was zipping around the ring. And even the way Rhea ended the match with that riptide, it was just kind of like if she was like swatting at a gnat. And usually I hate to see that shit because you would think that's like you're burying somebody, but it wasn't a burial. It was just like Rhea's that bitch, like literally. And Zelina was like, she was the next challenger, but I just think it was booked perfectly for what it was. Like, I usually hate seeing someone get like kind of pinned like that because she hit her with the riptide. She gave her that pin, which I liked, but I still can't get over it. She did that shit to Akira Tozawa, bro. That dude, I don't know how how the fuck did he show his face in that locker room, yo?
Did you see him on Raw?
He was like, nope, I'm getting the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I'm getting the fuck out of here. But
yeah, happy for Zelina. Happy for Rhea. The crowd was big time into this match, and I'm glad she got her moment after the match. They didn't like cut to commercial or any of that shit.
Yeah.
They let her have it, so it was happy. I was happy for her.
What you think, Rob? Overall,
I wanted her to win so bad. I knew it wasn't gonna happen, but I held out so much hope. I was like, all this fanfare and pageantry. They were in Puerto Rico. It's just, if one of the women's titles would have changed that night, that would have been the one I would have bet money on. But alas, we did not get it.
And I had actually the opposite because I was like, you know what? During that Io Sky match, I was like, fuck, man, you know what? I kind of felt like, damn, I think Io Sky is gonna fucking win this match.
Yeah, because they were booing Bianca.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's what we were saying.
In her favor,
we think it's time for Bianca to maybe turn heels here soon.
Yeah, it's time. I think it's time.
Well, I mean, it depends. If she show up on SmackDown and the boos remain, then yeah. But if it's just
but
a
not
freak
don't base it
occurrence,
off of one night.
yeah. And then also it's just like we've talked about it. What's up with these women's titles? Because right now Bianca is the longest reigning.
The inevitable swap's just gonna happen.
Well, that's the thing, though.
The inevitable swap.
Well, that's the thing, though. If you swap the titles, it fucks up Bianca's reign.
Yep.
You know, but since you have, I don't know, I think they need to redo the titles, either merge them or drop Raw SmackDown from.
Yeah, just drop the names.
The thing.
So,
yeah.
That's it.
So Rob,
drop the names.
Rob, Lou and I said last week, I brought it up. It should be as simple as what they're doing on the men's side: the WWE Women's Champion and the World Women's Champion. Boom.
Problem solved, bro.
And then do that, introduce it, and then just roll with it.
But I mean, what we've been clamoring for a long time is for these two to run into each other, Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley. So
and
it's just like
crossing over on each other's shows every goddamn week. You would think they'd bump into each other.
So it's like I'm under the guise of like merge these bitches, you know?
Yeah.
And then you can merge these two titles and you can still introduce another title. And
then Triple H can introduce another title.
Yeah.
The can't beat Bianca title. And then they can have the other girls fight over that one.
Yeah.
Yep. I don't know, man. I'm a believer. I truly believe, like, I get the consolation prize jokes. With
I'm getting that new belt, by the way. I'm getting that.
We know.
Did they finally chip it?
One thing on that belt, and tell me your guys' thoughts. They have one shot with this thing. If this belt, whoever Seth faces, in my opinion, does not main event Night of Champions, it's already dead. It's doomed. Because I get it. The first match is just as good as the last match mentality. You can't open your show with a brand new belt. I truly believe it has to main event.
I don't know. It's going to go through the same. Yeah, it's going to go through the same woes that the Universal title went through.
Yeah, at least with the Universal title, like, you know, we had fucking Finn Balor. He got called up. They gave him the fucking super push. He beat Roman. He beat everybody that first night. He went to the pay-per-view. He beat Seth clean. Won the title. Unfortunately, he got hurt, you know, but
I like that callback in the Raw match.
You know what I mean? And then even after that
Kevin
whole
Owens.
swerve with Triple H and Kevin Owens and all that shit, for me, I was like, I didn't give a shit that they made up a title. I was just like, yo, what? Kevin Owens is the fucking champion? Are you serious? So I was like, at least they had that. With this, it's like, they're literally gonna ride the Seth Rollins wave and try to have him put over this belt. And I really they have no other choice unless they get somebody from New Japan to show up, or they steal Kenny Omega or something and bring him to fucking Raw. I see no other way for them to legitimize that title faster.
Because Seth's the only one who can do it match wise to get it over.
Yeah.
But that's crazy.
Why didn't they just have Cody beat? I don't get why did they just do it, man?
I know why. You know why. They're trying to establish that new reign, that new record shit. Man.
Did you hear that rumor, Rob? We talked about this last week, but I heard a rumor that they want to now there's word that there's rumblings that they want Roman to pass that 1,434 day Hogan
reign.
So another year of him holding the belts, literally a year and a half.
I mean, just given what we have presented to us right now, that's, you know, is logical, because now you knock Cody out of the contingency for this new title. So he has no claim to that because he's fucking with Brock and everything, and he's no longer going to be in that lane.
Yeah, he left. He got eliminated.
You also got Money in the Bank coming up, which, if Cody did not get hurt year prior or whatever, and got put out with the injury, he was on task for winning that Money in the Bank. So it's just like they're gonna just rehash this shit as if, you know, this is the first time around and shit. You know, that's how I feel about it.
Because I also heard they might do Cody and Brock all the way through SummerSlam, which would make sense, like a best of 3.
Yeah.
I could see, because Cody's not winning twice. Brock's 100% winning at Night of Champions. I will put money on that one.
Mhm.
But what are you
Well, we
going to do?
thought
Have
the same
Cody
thing
win
about
money in
Seth.
the
Seth
bank?
took them 3 L's in a row, but
But
I
do you
mean, you
see?
never.
So okay, so Rob, you think Cody wins? Is he just going to hold on to it and cash in at Mania?
Let me tell
Not
you
like
something right now.
physically at Mania, but
No,
like
let me tell you something right now. If Cody wins Money in the Bank,
He gonna
he
walk
better
up to
do
Roman and
that.
tell
He
him.
better do that John Cena shit where he comes out and he goes, "Here's the fucking thing. I'm putting it down there, and I want my shot at either tonight or at the next pay-per-view. I want my shot." Not that he's gonna come running out after
no,
Roman
Cody
got
wouldn't do
beat
that.
up and do
I don't
that.
think.
He
Yeah.
cannot do that, bro. He
But would you see
cannot
Cody
do that.
doing that? Say in like February, just showing up on SmackDown and being like,
Yeah,
boom,
this
here
is
it is.
it. This is my shot. Next, at the end of the month, whatever pay-per-view it is, I want my
I
shot.
think if Cody wins, he cashes it in for a match at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can
Either
do that
or.
too.
Like he'll do the Rob Van Dam, John Cena thing to where like,
Yeah,
here's the thing. This is when I want it. This is
Yeah.
when it's happening.
which
Yeah,
would
he
be
can't-
different because Seth's cashed in at Mania, but
You can't
Cody's
come
cashing in
running
his
out with a
title.
ref, bro. You can't have
Yeah.
Cody running out with a ref and his music
No.
playing and he doing the come on.
I don't think that-
cash it in.
Wait, as he's running to the ring with his music playing, he's grabbing the ref and he stops quick. Whoa. And runs going at it. Like midway running down the aisle, stops to whoa.
I don't think they'll ever do another WrestleMania cash in
No,
again.
you can't.
I don't
Especially
think they'll
just
ever
how
do it
good
again.
Seth's went too.
Mhm. They have to
Yeah,
be
'Cause you're not
somebody,
going to be able to do it better. There's no way
Yeah.
to do that better.
unless there's somebody that's
can't.
just like hot shit. They just the wave for that company at the time or whatever. That's the only other reason they'll do it. But I don't think they'll do it, ever be able to capture that again. I was there for that. I was in
Mustafa
person.
Ali,
I was just
baby.
like, whoa.
Mustafa Ali,
But if
baby.
Cody don't win though,
Or
it has
Grayson
to be
Waller.
LA Knight.
Yeah,
That's a good one.
that's
They're
a good
saying
one.
LA Knight might win the Money in the Bank though.
Yeah, which I'm
now,
cool with.
See, I thought that would have been a lock for me if they hadn't went this way with Cody.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
but
I
Stone
think
Cold
that's
in the Rock.
mandatory.
Yeah.
I think that's mandatory for every single wrestling podcast. When one person does it, it becomes a yeah fest. That's how
But-
over that shit is.
It's the new woo.
So to get back, this one I feel we could talk about for a while. Next was the San Juan street fight with Bad Bunny defeating Damian Priest. So my piece of this,
Love this
that entrance was insane.
Love that
I'm
shit.
personally, I said it last week with Lou, I like Bad Bunny's music. I have no clue what he's saying because I just don't speak Spanish, but like it's got a good beat and a vibe to it, right? I know his music to be real since like 2020 and on, and the song he came out to was made in 2017 because now it's on my gym playlist. Chambea, I think that's how you say it. I don't want to, but if you look at the album cover for it, it's him and Ric Flair.
Mm-hmm.
But
Oh, no
anyway,
shit.
that was a sick entrance just because they were singing it with them. Because I was expecting the Booker T song.
Yeah, me too.
But because is that what he came out to the night before on SmackDown? I think he
I
did,
think
right?
so, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So that was different. Yeah, he just got a massive pop. But you got to give Damian Priest his flowers in this one for carrying him, for how safe he was with him.
That motherfucker's
Bad
strong.
Bunny has no business doing any of the shit he did in that match.
That motherfucker is strong, dog.
Yeah.
Who?
Bad Bunny. Flinging around
yeah.
priests like that and shit. I mean,
That
granted,
fucking,
it's help
bro, that
involved,
he
but
hit him with
still.
a fucking Michinoku driver. It was a perfect fucking Michinoku driver, and that shit. There's a delay when you like. It's not just like a scoop slam. He fucking grabbed this motherfucker, picked him up, held him for like that second, and brought him down with the. It's like that dude is strong, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Damian
And I
Priest
get
is
it.
a
They might
big
have
son of a
rehearsed
bitch.
this because these two are boys, so they might have rehearsed some things or whatever, right? You know what I mean? But a lot of people are saying, I think Mark Henry said it. Yeah, on Busted Open. Bad Bunny's the greatest celebrity wrestler of all time.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't even think it's close. I mean,
I
again, let's not totally take away from Jake Paul or Logan Paul,
One of-
whatever the fuck his
yeah.
name is.
So as much shit as
Yeah,
I
don't
talk,
forget about my boy McAfee.
yeah, McAfee fun too.
Yeah.
As much shit as I talk about Logan Paul, I don't care to see
here
him
we go.
in the ring or whatever. You can kiss my ass, but I would like to see, if anything, him versus Bad Bunny, just to see how that would go out.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, because I think Lou and I agree with you in that sentiment, and like I don't follow Logan Paul, don't care for Logan Paul, but I am interested once the bell rings. I am
Yeah, he
interested
can
to
go.
see what
That's
he
all I
does
give a
in
shit
the ring.
about. See, the thing is with these celebrities, like it's different now because you got these celebrities now who actually love wrestling. Before you had the celebrities come like Trump and Mr. T and shit, which I'm sure Mr. T enjoy wrestling, but he wasn't out there fucking jumping off the top rope and doing any of this crazy shit. He was in there trying to box in a wrestling ring, and that's fine for what it was. But these dudes now came up loving WWE. Like Bad Bunny, he loves WWE. Like
he came out, he brought the WWF logo back.
Yeah. I like how they blurred that shit out on YouTube. Get the fuck out of here. Come on, man. I mean, I guess that's a lawsuit thing. They don't want to get sued by World Wildlife, but still, come on, man.
I saw a picture of like Bad Bunny in the ring with it. It said even Triple H ain't got the balls to tell the most streamed artist in the world he can't wear that jacket.
Yeah.
Because he's definitely got free reign to do whatever the fuck he wants. But what about like the Savio Vega's coming out? Carlito.
Yeah.
Carlito looked great. We haven't seen him since the Rumble and the Thunderdomes of 2021.
I mean, that's their stomping ground, bro. You'd be stupid not to have them around there.
I just love fan service in wrestling.
People are clamoring for Carlito to come back as something.
And
like whether
if this was like a couple years ago, that wouldn't have happened.
No.
Mm-mm.
No. But I thought this was a great match. Honestly, I enjoyed it. I get it. Like, so here's where I'll defend the hardcore wrestling fans in regards of like, yes, it wasn't like a crazy street fight. Like we were joking in the chat. They were in the ring a good amount, right? Then they moved to the outside or whatever. And it kind of gave you false vibes because Bad Bunny came out with a shopping cart. You know what I mean?
New Jack vibes.
And then, some people were upset about blood, but there was no way in hell Bad Bunny was bleeding. Like,
bro, first of all, can you imagine being Bad Bunny's like financier,
PR guy,
personal handler, whatever PR person, and like you're gonna do what? He's gonna throw you through what? Do you know how much you're worth, motherfucker? You're not doing that shit. So can you imagine if he's gonna try to explain to somebody, he's gonna grab my head and he's gonna hit me on the turnbuckle thing, and then I got a little blade right here and I'm gonna go like that. And I'm gonna bleed, and it's gonna be okay. But don't worry, it's gonna be a lot of blood, but it looks like a lot. But it's not. There's no fucking way, not a chance.
Yeah,
you're not gonna have that guy plastered all over TMZ and fucking Entertainment Tonight with blood all over his face, bro. They were not doing that shit.
He's not Brock Lesnar.
Did you see when he did the James? I think it's James Cohen. He did like his ride along, and he asked him about his time in WWE the first time. And said that WrestleMania was the greatest night of his life.
Wow.
And that dude's accomplished a lot. That's crazy. So that's why I just got so much respect for the dude.
That's some crazy
like we were saying, Lou. Remember last week? Like this dude was the 24/7 champion. Took him on Saturday Night Live. Yeah. He took that bitch everywhere. You would have thought he was the world heavyweight. Fuck it. Make it him versus that.
Yeah, for real. Let him be the one to be the champion and shit. The first champion.
Shit, they had to.
I definitely want to keep seeing him come back. Now, granted, this one fit perfectly because it's his home area. You know what I mean? Like he could have done no wrong there. You know what I mean? Like look how just the crowd reacted to his entrance.
Yeah,
that was a party. Like Rob, you said it the best. Cheapest Bad Bunny concert you'll ever go to.
Oh hell yeah. On a side note, in reference to concerts or whatever, you hear this shit the Beyonce fans are doing?
No.
So cheap tickets or whatever, right? So if you go into any of the major cities here in the United States to get a Beyonce ticket, it's like astronomical, like thousands of dollars and hundreds of dollars for cheap seats even. But what's been happening, people have been going overseas to some of our concerts in like France and some of the other places that you're going to because it's cheaper to book a ticket to go overseas and get a concert ticket over there than it is to get a ticket here in the States.
Yo, people were doing that with the Knicks games like 2-3 weeks ago when they were playing the Cavs. So to get tickets, to get floor seats at like MSG is something like fucking $12,000 or some ridiculous number. And to sit in the nosebleeds in MSG was almost like $250 to $300. So people were literally posting on Twitter like, yo, I booked a flight to Cleveland. I got hotel and I got $50 tickets to sit in the nosebleed for the playoff game. And it's still cheaper than fucking getting tickets at MSG. That's crazy, bro. I mean, you got to find your workaround somehow. I don't blame these people for doing that shit. I'm not going to pay no $1,000 to see Beyonce, bro. To see nobody.
But that's crazy. They said the same amount they would have spent on one Beyonce ticket in the States. They booked a flight, hotel fare, a concert ticket, and just all the shit for the time that they was going to be there.
Wow.
Overseas and shit. In France, of all places.
Wow, bro.
So let me ask you guys this, I guess on the music note, but I'll keep it to Bad Bunny. So now we all know a little of him, not maybe his music, but of him. Do you think you could go to a Bad Bunny concert and have fun just being a wrestling fan?
Yeah.
Just because you know who he is now?
I would kill myself.
And everything?
I'll kill myself.
So no.
I said last week, Rob, I am the worst Latino that you can imagine. I don't listen to salsa, merengue, I do like, you know what I do like? I like old operatic like Latin music. Like that, like older gentlemen, like
mariachi and all that stuff.
A little mariachi, but it kind of sounds like that, but it's very the singers are very animated and operatic.
I know what
like
you're talking about.
I enjoy that.
Because we have a Cajun equivalent to that, and they sound very similar and shit. Like we got Zydeco and shit, and some of that can get into like what you're talking about or whatever, like more singing, but it's more got the country vibes and the instruments and shit.
Okay.
But yeah, reggaeton and salsa and all that shit, I can't dance worth a shit. I can't do nothing. I could do maybe this. That's about it. So
people don't dance no more.
If I had to be forced to go to a Bad Bunny concert, I'd be miserable, to say the least.
Yeah. I would rather it in the wrestling space.
Yes, exactly. I do want to see him wrestle. Okay, so let me ask you this question, then we'll move on to the next one. So we said 3 wrestling celebrities who all fought actually this year. Bad Bunny, Logan Paul, or Pat McAfee. You can pick the opponent, whatever. But if you could go see one of them wrestle at a show this year, which one would you want to see?
I would probably go see Bad Bunny right off top. I don't even have to think that hard.
But yeah, I'd go with Bunny.
Yeah. Second would be goddamn McAfee, though.
I say Bunny. I say Bunny because he's the better performer. I think he's better in the ring than McAfee, but I'm a McAfee mark. Like, I watch his show all the time and everything.
Well, I don't think Bunny is necessarily better than McAfee. I feel like it's just like just the pageantry and all the stuff surrounding Bad Bunny that makes it more enjoyable and shit. Because, like, let's just say they did the same exact show, but instead of Bad Bunny, you put in Pat McAfee. Would it have been the same, or whatever?
No,
not at all. Not. Even if you took it out of Puerto Rico and just say, where McAfee from? New England or some stupid shit.
If you put him in Indianapolis, because that's where he's known
you put it there, you might have something similar, but it would not be as equal to Bad Bunny or whatever. So
McAfee's 265 pounds.
He's a big boy. He's tall.
Yeah, a football player, right? Former football player, kicker, whatever.
Yeah, I didn't think he weighed 265 though. I thought maybe like 225. Like, not trying to be that guy, but he was a punter. Like, he says it all the time. I didn't think he was that big of a boy. So it's pretty cool with the shit he can do for being that big, jumping off the top rope and all that.
Holy shit!
That's one thing.
Hold on. I'm taller than Pat McAfee, but he weigh that much? Goddamn.
I'm telling you, the one thing I'll say about McAfee, because I'm a big fan of him, even in the ring, I think, and I was happy he did it at Mania, he's going to change his moveset, though. His matches are kind of the same in regards to
It's definitely a
He does
rehearse.
the suplex off there, then he does the backflip, which is cool. But usually he jumps up. At least at Mania, he gave Miz a super kick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But because Bad Bunny be doing wild moves, like Logan Paul, he does good moves in the ring, but all his shit's like turnbuckle stuff.
Mm-hmm. Springy bouncy.
Like that spot with him and Rick, like that him and Ricochet.
Yeah, that was just a goddamn collision, midair collision.
Yeah, him and Hayes did it better.
That had to have hurt. There's no way in hell that did not hurt.
Him and Carmelo Hayes did it better. Ricochet and Hayes.
True.
Yes.
They ran past each other, hit the ropes, then came back to each other and shit.
Speaking of Carmelo, I'll say one thing that I saw real quick on Twitter this morning. I am so glad that Braun Breaker changed his gear. He actually looks like a formidable dude now, just because he's wearing black trunks. Like thank God.
Everyone's saying his promos have been great lately.
I haven't watched NXT. I was gonna actually watch it Tuesday, but I got caught up fucking watching other shit.
Yeah.
But I just saw the flash of him spearing Carmelo, and I watched that little clip, and I was like, look at that. He actually looks like a fucking that Technicolor fucking old school shit was not working for me, bro.
Yeah, same.
So he looks much better.
Yeah. I guess to get back to the show, we only got 2 matches left anyway. This one, I really don't have much to say. The storyline's been going on forever. It was great 98% of the time. But Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, and Riddle lost to the bloodline of the Usos and Solo Sikoa. The only really thing to take away from this match was Solo almost beat the shit out of Jay.
Yeah.
But I really have nothing else to say on it.
Like, they advanced the storyline, because now, Solo almost fucking hit Jimmy and or
Jay.
Yeah, he almost hit Jimmy, right?
No,
Jay.
Yeah, he was going for Jay.
It's like they advanced the storyline or whatever, but it's like, bro, I even said this in the chat when we were watching it. I was like, bro, they have to follow that fucking match. Good luck, bro.
Yeah.
Good luck. Because that should have headlined the show. That should have been the main event, bro. It should have.
Especially the way Cody, and we're going to probably get into that here in a sec, but the way Cody and Brock ended, like, I get it. Cody, like, pinned him so quick, but Cody literally was backstage.
He ran away.
Yeah,
he ran away.
It's not even like he was chilling near the crowd. My man went backstage. But I guess, yeah. Did you see Brock got a big standing ovation, though, after the match?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They needed something to cheer. These people were like, I'm telling you, man, not that they made an error, because whatever, at the end of the day, the pay-per-view was great. But they really should have ended the fucking show with that whole... they had every feel-good moment in the damn show. You had Savio Vega, you had Carlito, you had the Big Pop, you had the Bunny Destroyer, everything was,
Bunny through the table
to explode.
The only person that I can recollect within the past couple of years to end a match with a destroyer.
Yeah, really. Because it's a damn setup move now. It's annoying, actually.
But yeah, I don't know about you guys. I really have not much else to say on the tag. If you're ready to move into the So
again, it was a good fun match, but it's just like you had to follow that shit. I got up and I went to the bathroom. I went to the kitchen during that match because I just was like,
we were talking about that.
I like I said in the chat, I was like, I don't care. It's the titles are not on the line. It's a 6-man tag. This is a Raw match. Like, I don't care who wins this match. So
I already know my answer. But I just wanted to ask y'all. It just popped into my head when we was talking about this match with no consequences, really. How do you feel about WWE having a trios tag title?
I don't think they got to work on their own tag 2-man division first.
Yeah, you're right. I know. It just popped in my head. I don't put no.
Which part of the reason why I was so excited for that Jinder Mahal Sangha. Angle, because I was like, damn, they're building a tag team division. They're starting to build a fucking tag team now. You got tag teams budding out of nowhere now. This is good. There's new faces. I like it. So it was exciting. So for them they have too many belts as it is. I know that's a thing with other companies too, but I think
their belt things.
I don't think they have enough trios to actually pull it off.
Mhm.
You're just gonna put him on the fucking bloodline anyway.
It's true. Yeah.
Well,
Or
give
in
it to the
theory.
bloodline.
But then in the main event, Cody Rhodes pulls it off and beats Brock Lesnar.
Mhm.
I just want to say credit to Brock Lesnar, man. He got himself pretty good because obviously we all read that was on script or whatever. Brock can do what he wants, but man, between that punch to Brock's eye and everything, Brock got pretty banged up in that match.
Yeah, he did.
But Cody, like Lou said, got the quick roll up victory. They're gonna fight again at Night of Champions, as I was kind of alluding to, which we saw Brock beat Cody, but. I think kind of like what Lou said. I didn't think this was a bad match, but it just should not have ended the show.
No.
This would have been perfect there, honestly. Or even if it went on right before.
Yeah.
Even
That's
if
what
that
I
was
thought they
literally
meant by
semi-
co-main event. That's what I thought they meant. Like one was
like-
gonna happen and then the other one right after. Not that they were gonna have a fucking
Or what they should have done, in my opinion, they do it from time to time, but since Cody was so angry and ready to go, that should have opened the show, in my opinion.
That's what I was thinking, that they were gonna open the show.
Usually that's what I'm
Because
looking
there's all
for
that
when it's
tension.
that's usually what I'm looking for when Brock Lesnar is involved, either him to open or close. And he didn't open, so I was like, fuck.
You think it's maybe because of the blood thing? And they didn't want to have like blood in the ring the whole fucking show. And
Maybe.
They didn't want to have an expectation of seeing more blood for the rest of the show or something like that. I think that might have something to do with it. I think they wanted to,
I could see that.
because they said that they wanted, the blood thing was planned. They wanted to do the blood thing, but that's probably why they saved it for the end, so that they don't, they don't have this expectation for the rest of the show. Like, oh, it's a hardcore show. And like, you don't want to set that, precedent.
And I also think two things.
Mhm.
I think they thought, not the match got over good with the crowd, but I think they thought it was going to get over more. And I bet you they did not think Bad Bunny and Damian Priest was going to go that fucking great.
Also,
they probably had high expectations for it, but there was no way from when Priest came out, but when Priest first came out to when that match ended, they killed it. You know what I mean? I don't think they were expecting it to go that.
Also, I think it's a cop out to say that, Lou. I mean, I'm not jumping on you, but like, this is the same company that goddamn changed the ring 3 or 4 times for 3 different shows to record and shit. They could have rolled that fucking mat up and got a new canvas out there if they wanted to do that shit.
Yeah, true.
And it's also as simple as it's Brock Lesnar. He could easily be like on main event.
I'll say one thing about Brock Lesnar. That's a crazy son of a bitch to
he is.
Take that fucking header into that thing to blade up. He didn't even blade. Like, I thought he bladed. He took it to the fucking head. Like, that's crazy, bro. That's insane.
When he sells. Remember, like I was saying, I think he's the best person to ever sell the curb stomp from Seth. Because he lets his face fucking hit that.
Yeah. His head bounces off of the ring. The only other person I seen whose head bounced off the floor like that was actually it was Brock at the WrestleMania with his head bounced off the fucking mat. Like, he sold the shit out that curb stomp, bro.
Somebody got a curb stomp recently or whatever, and they got a fucking knot on their goddamn head. I forgot who it was.
Was it Miz? I know Rollins had a match with Miz lately.
It'll come back to me when we off air.
I don't know. I'll say this, though. I feel I truly am one of them. Like, Brock's going to do what's for business, but I think if he really likes you and respects you, he works harder. And I think he kind of has that for Cody in a way, because my man came dinged the fuck up on TV on Raw. Like, I know I've said it a couple of times now, but I am just shocked how bad he looked. They might have added some makeup and shit to make it look a little more, you know what I mean? But still, like,
yeah, but you can't fake that head shit.
Do you see them having, because Brock says he wants a fight. Cody's like, I'll give him a fight. Are we assuming there's going to be a stip at it?
I was going to say, did they say anything about it? I thought Cody was going to say Hell in a Cell or something. I was waiting for one of them to say it.
That's what I was thinking, honestly. I'm thinking, I don't know if they want to run it back that soon. I was going to say Last Man Standing, but that could be the blow off, because I really think this is going to go 3. I don't see Cody winning this next one. I really don't. I think Brock takes this one.
Put him in the fight pit. Fuck it.
Then the fight pit in Saudi Arabia. So, Rob, I guess we can ask you this before we head out of here. So we already know Seth's on the Raw side. Yes, SmackDown's participating in this.
Yep.
Who do you see making it from the SmackDown side? I said AJ Styles.
Yeah, let me look at that because I think it just popped up on my feed here a moment ago because there's going to be a triple threat between
Friday, you got
AJ Styles, Edge, and who else?
Rey Mysterio, which I want to see.
Ooh, that's going to be a crazy little match there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I want to see that. And then the other one, Sheamus, Bobby, and Austin Theory.
All right, just to throw this out there because we were talking about it earlier, Rob. Wrestling Observer is now reporting that AEW and Warner Brothers Discovery are going to officially announce a new TV rights deal on Wednesday. Like it's going to happen Wednesday. They're going to announce it.
Yeah,
so
it's a $1 billion deal for $1 billion deal for 5 years.
Yeah, that's what we said
Something's
earlier.
coming. Whether it's $1 billion or not, I don't know, but something's coming on Wednesday. So very exciting.
It'll probably be me if Mrs. B Rob get here in time.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at this triple threat as far as the matches go and everything. I can easily say I want AJ Styles to win because he just came back and everything, and I think it would be cool for him to at least advance from here. I don't know if he will take the finals, but to advance would be fucking cool. I think Edge might take that match though. And then out of the young boys or whatever, I would probably what I want is Sheamus to win because I feel like Bobby and Theory got too much of a history and they're gonna fuck each other over and ultimately costing both of them the opportunity to advance. So I would say they would either pick Sheamus or I would like Sheamus to go on. But overall, it's looking like, based on my picks, Edge and Sheamus. I think you let Edge go because you still have
and Edge and Seth got history.
Yeah, and you still got Sheamus to. Is Sheamus on Raw now?
No, he's SmackDown.
He's on SmackDown. The Brute's on SmackDown.
Because I still thought it was all jumbled up because of how they did this shit. Because I would say that would be something for him to go splinter off and fight Gunther after he lost, but that's not to be. I'm thinking Edge might take it to the finals. Edge and Seth.
And then I'm assuming you think Seth takes it as well.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind Edge, but it doesn't fit him right now. I mean, if this was before Seth made it this skyrocket, ascension and shit or whatever, I might have said Edge, but nah, Seth got to take this shit all the way.
Yeah, so I don't know, because we'll see, because Roman's going to be a Night of Champions, so I don't know who he's going to fight, because you only got like 2-3 weeks to build that. Because I heard the rumors are, one place reported it, that apparently, in no order, but the next 3 opponents who they're looking at for Roman are Karrion Kross, AJ, and Bobby. So if that's the case, even though Karrion Kross has been losing left and right, I'd have him go at Night of Champions, AJ at Money in the Bank, and then Bobby at SummerSlam. I don't know, man. SummerSlam's just in a shit location this year. I hate to be that asshole. It's in, like, Detroit. Like, nothing about that screams SummerSlam to me. Like, at least Vegas made sense. Nashville made sense. Like, granted, these people put in bids, so obviously I'd probably give it to the highest bidder as well, but people, like, I saw a dude tweet, he's like, I'm from Detroit. Don't hang out after the show.
Oh, shit. Wow.
Yeah, because I don't think Ford Field's in a good area of Detroit from what I've seen or heard.
Isn't that
overall?
Isn't that also where the origin of Little Caesar's Pizza is from?
Yep, and that's where Donald Trump shaved Vince McMahon's head. That's where WrestleMania 23 was. Which was good Mania. But yeah, that's all. Overall, I was going to say the show was good. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
That crowd was...
To be honest, this is what...
That crowd, man.
This is what I want to ask you guys. In any company, so from Wrestle Kingdom to fucking In the Valley to like Eliminate, there hasn't been a wrestling pay-per-view, plea, whatever show that I've watched that I haven't enjoyed. I've all thought they've been great. I don't know if you guys feel the same way. If there's been so far, and we're almost 6 months in. And
Yeah, I
not to be that-
don't think I've seen a bad pay-per-view this year. I mean, Impact had they had good pay-per-views, but I just really
I don't know.
really did not enjoy that Bully Ray, Tommy Dreamer. That shit
No.
was atrocious.
I don't like none of that shit.
Yeah, but Impact
the fuck home.
overall they had a good pay-per-view, but that shit was just fucking really bad. All due respect to those people and what they do, but that shit was not good. But other than that, man, like
all respect to those people and what they did. They shouldn't be doing shit right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's so much talent on that roster that I don't understand why the fuck they're taking up pay-per-view space with all the people on that roster.
I don't understand why Sammy Callahan and Eddie was taking up fucking space on this goddamn shit. Get them the fuck out of there too.
But
nah, man,
those are
Impact guys.
Fuck them.
I was texting Lou, I think it was just yesterday, that we're gonna probably do like our half-year episodes, like obviously half-year awards the end of June. But Night of Champions and Double or Nothing are the last two big pay-per-views in the semi-annual period. So from January to June, because neither company has a show in June. Mm-hmm. And I'm pretty sure Night of Champions should be good, and I think Double or Nothing will be good. You know what I mean? AEW pay-per-views tend to deliver 10 out of 10 times. So
I'm interested in the vibe of what they get from that Wembley show, because I mean Puerto Rico was on a different level and everything, and I can't understand how it's going to be when they go over there to London and do that show for All In.
Dude, the UK is lucky. 2 months in a row they get a show. They get Money in the Bank and then All In.
Yeah, and it's just like 70,000 fucking rabid fucking AEW fans in that arena, dude. That's gonna be they better bring it.
Yeah, 70,000 out of 90,000 seat capacity.
And like I said to you, Lou, Rob, I referenced on, I think it was the last show, talking about UK fans. Remember when we were at Mania? Those people who were all painted in front of us for Drew McIntyre, you would have thought they were, dude, when Drew McIntyre came out, these two dudes who sat in front of us, literally, you would have thought that was their god. Because I guess the one last question I have before we go, we can log out of here so Rob can do his thing too, is Double or Nothing's the end of the month. And what matches have been announced? I know they have the Fatal 4-Way.
They got the Pillars. They got the Pillars match.
Is anything else officially announced?
I think they're gonna. It's not officially announced, but I'm pretty sure they're gonna do Ricky and Jay White.
Ricky and who?
Jay White.
Jay White.
Pretty sure they're gonna have that match there at that show. Jericho and Adam Cole. They're most likely they're gonna have their match at that show. But I don't think anything besides that the thing is, they have Jamie Hayter tied up in this fucking Outcast shit, and she's not like directly focused on one person. So I don't know.
I don't like that.
You know what I mean? I don't know.
I don't like the Outcast.
But you know what? I like the fact when they added Ruby and Ruby became the mouthpiece, because Saraya being the mouthpiece was not great. But with Ruby as the mouthpiece of the group doing most of the talking, she seems to fit in that role well. Like, 'cause she used to do that shit with the Riot Squad or whatever. So I like that aspect of it, but I hate this like originals angle. I hate that shit. Like, that shit's so like we've seen that shit so many times with the Radicals and the Outlaws and then the Outsiders, and then it's like, come on with that shit, man. Like, we've seen that shit so many times already. Like, it's just corny.
Because it seems like it might be a 6-woman tag match, right? Storm, Ruby, and Saraya.
I just want to see Jamie Hayter out there having Jamie Hayter matches, bro. Like, that's what I want to see.
I don't think
her and Sheeta. Well, is it? No, she's not. Sheeta came out and joined their side, so you're not gonna see them wrestle. But give me fucking Serena Deeb and Jamie Hayter on the pay-per-view, bro. Like, I want to see women fucking.
I feel Jamie Hayter's title reign hasn't been done justice, personally.
Yeah, because she anchored down by fucking Britt Baker.
Yeah, they're doing all this group shit. Like, they're not letting her go out there and fucking have bangers, and she's more than capable of hanging them.
And then listen how selfish this fucking stupid shit is. So like, you got Hayter, who is the world fucking champion, being anchored down by her sidekick, fucking Britt Baker, who is the goddamn mommy of goddamn AEW. You can't do shit in the women's division without Britt Baker unless you're Jade Cargill.
Right.
So you got fucking Britt Baker tangled up in this shit, weighing down Jamie Hayter, and you got her in the men's storyline with fucking her husband and Chris Jericho and all the other shit. Let her go over there and do shit with her husband, because you do have her in a prominent spot on the goddamn side TV show reality shit that you got going on.
Yeah,
too.
she's like the
so you
focus
got
of that
Britt
show
Baker
too.
in 3 goddamn places. Get her the fuck away from Jamie and let Jamie shine.
Or if anything, put her with Jade Cargill and actually give that TBS title.
Yeah, because that's another thing too. What the fuck, man? Okay, enough. 57-0. Okay, are y'all gonna take it to 100 or like what the fuck's going on? She should have lost that shit to fucking Taya Valkyrie.
Well,
Athena.
now she's gonna lose.
Athena.
She's gonna get to 60 at least, and then Statlander are gonna come back and take it, because that was the
If
original plan before her knees blew up.
Yeah, if they don't do that, bro, then I don't know what they do with that fucking title, dude. Because
when Statlander,
there's not really a timetable because her fucking knee exploded. So
yeah,
she's still rehabbing, but I think they're gonna keep it a secret. So when she comes back, it's like, because that's what they did the last time. They just kept her quiet, and then she showed up in that fucking little alien machine thing. That shit was awesome.
Yeah, she got a big pop.
Very shiny. Can't really see.
Yeah,
I can't
see. Goddamn cameras.
Stupid shiny.
It's Jade
I see
Cargill,
a TBS
anyway.
title. Yeah, I saw that TBS title.
Is
I
it
was thinking
Jade?
it was Jade.
Her fine ass.
Delicious.
Yes, that's why I call her on my off time. Delicious.
I think that's gonna do it for us, unless you guys have any other comments.
No, man. It's it looks.
Make sure you guys tune into RBR Wrestling.
Yeah, tonight following AEW Dynamite.
Or don't.
Check it out. If you want an immediate reaction to Dynamite, you can check that show out.
I was gonna say, what are you gonna be talking about? But by the time we probably get this out, you'll be live.
We'll be talking about Manscaped. Go to manscaped.com where you can get 20% off your order and free shipping by using promo code RBRShave, which I need to do.
Dude, I'll be honest. I know I said it earlier. Manscaped, I don't know if you have one, Lou. I was like, fuck it, I'm balling out and buy this.
Balling out and buying this. Balling out. Well, Manscaped. I'm not very hairy, in my opinion. So I have no.
You're lucky then.
I don't have a need for grooming products down there. Thankfully, I have hair. I just don't have an abundance where I go, oh shit, I got to do something about this. It's it's just there, kind of, just hanging out.
You're lucky.
I gotta ask Rob, why the beard? I like the beard. I like beard.
Yeah, I'm digging the salt and pepper.
Salt and pepper's here, and we're in effect. No, I got a no shave chit.
My man retired.
For real, I had to no lie. I had to get one for my job. I had to get a no shave chit.
You could just never leave the lifestyle.
I still wear a uniform every day. I still got a freaking somebody to report to. I still got to get a shave chit.
Dude, when I'm done with this, I am staying far away from that lifestyle.
It's not bad. It's not too bad. But yeah, I can be woolly now and everything.
Because I remember when you retired, you grew it out, and then when you started working again.
But yeah, loopholes, baby, loopholes.
There's always loopholes.
Yeah, man, I know
there's a lot of jobs,
Nick? Do you just always stay clean shaven?
I can't.
Oh, you're not allowed.
You got in the military. You have to be clean. I can grow a mustache, but I'll be real.
Yeah.
I look.
Okay.
He looked very high and Reich ish with that mustache.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a
Have
job.
you seen Kyle? He's about this tall.
When I first moved here, I got the job that I had. They didn't allow you to have any facial hair, so I had a big ass beard when I had a big beard when I was like 16. So I had to shave or whatever, and then they say you could get a mustache. You could do a mustache, but you can't do anything other than that. So I grew the mustache out, and boy, oh boy, when I look back at pictures from that time, my God, I was like a fucking out of work porn actor with that shit. So creepy. It just makes you look like a creep, bro.
Yeah. Nah, military, we gotta be. But even so when I take vacation time, if I take 2 weeks off, I'll let it grow just so my face can breathe. But I don't. I get the neck in like the chin strap kind of thing, but I can't grow like in
Oh,
this
shit,
area.
okay.
I just don't look good. What I tell people is after a while, it looks like I just got pubes on my face.
I got pubes on my face,
Yeah,
but don't call me a pube head.
And if you do have pubes on
Don't
your
call
face,
me
you
a
can buy
pube head.
Manscaped and save 20% off by doing RB
Yeah.
Arcade.
There you go. Nice. Where'd it go?
Yeah, but in 8 years when I retire and I'll be 38 years old, hopefully I can
I'll
grow
throw
a
on
beard
the random Rob disguise.
There it is.
Oh wait, mustache man.
No, when I do mustache, man, it's got to be
Don't
like
cover
this.
Rob though.
Yes.
It's got to be all fucked up and to the side.
We would show mustache man photo, but it would block Rob.
Oh yeah, yeah,
I'll
because
put
we
it up
haven't
there,
figured
fuck
out the nuances of
we-
this podcast, so we got to do silly shit like this to
Ah!
get mustache man on TV, but then you get blocked out.
Yeah, you just had to when you do your pictures, you just had to do the width, the size of the screen. That way you can just slide it to the corner over there.
See, you learn
'Cause,
something
like,
new every day.
Because like we got, hold on, I don't know if it's gonna mess up your shit.
Do you think Vince grew out that mustache
There you
here
go.
out of like boredom with
Look at this.
retirement?
Look at this, bro. It just takes over, bro. This is now the RBR supplemental podcast. We're gonna start. You know what we're gonna start doing? We're gonna start doing RBR podcast review episodes. So when you guys are done with your episode, we're gonna listen to your show, and then we're gonna go. So Rob talked about.
So
this.
the Joe Rogan experience podcast.
Yeah, that's weird. That's a weird
Oh.
thing. That's so weird. Like that's very weird, bro. I don't know. And then that's dude's popular too, bro.
Mm-hmm. He has a podcast about reviewing a podcast. It's fucking
That's
crazy.
craziness. That's craziness. Like I know that's a thing with like Howard Stern. You know, he has his show, and then after that on Howard 100, they have the after show where they have a bunch of the flunkies there talking about what just happened and blah blah blah. But
Yeah,
to
we
do
do
a
that too.
podcast about the Joe Rogan experience, yeah, he interviewed Dr. Michikaku this week, and they talked about like science and shit and fucking evolution. That's weird, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Very weird. But, ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of the line for this episode of Wrestling is Trash. I don't remember what number it is. Nick, what number is this?
144.
It's episode 144 of Wrestling is Trash. Yes, my children. Thank you so much for joining us. Rob, thank you so much for joining us. And as the father of this podcast, we always welcome you on this show. This is your original home, even if you are away doing other things. The man of 1,000 podcasts. You should make a shirt with that shit.
Or if you're manscaping.
There you go. Guys, I'll let you see yourselves out. But you know me, I'm Lou from the BX. You can go to the Everything Podcast Instagram page. From there, you can hit the link in the bio and get the access to all the cool shit like this. You got
I need to give me some of
the
this.
stickers. You can get this
My
logo
shirt.
on a
Oh,
shirt.
my shirts came in the mail. My girl got them the other day.
Hell yeah. That
Yeah,
shirt is
she was
mighty
rocking-
comfy.
Yeah,
But
she
I will
was
say-
rocking it. Man, she a great supporter, man. So one of her girlfriends came to the house the other day, and her husband's a wrestling fan. And she was like, oh, and I guess it came up in conversation, and she showed her last week's podcast.
Oh, see, that's
Now-
what I'm talking about.
Like, see,
That's
like,
why
yo,
our views are going up, man. See, that's a keeper right there, bro.
I
Yeah.
got a Wrestling is Trash. I think a beanie and a cap like Lou's, and I wear that one out more than I wear anything else because I mean it's accessible. It's like sitting right there. Like if I'm in here, these are the two hats that I have in my office.
Oh,
In my
nice.
bedroom, I got
Oh, that's nice. I like that.
in my bedroom, I got my Hooks, Rubs, and Spices hat and my freaking New Orleans Saints custom hat that my parents and them got me for my birthday. So like if I go on a road trip or something, I grab one of those two. If I'm sitting in here and I got to go somewhere, I grab one of these two. I got the Wrestling is Trash beanie and everything in my truck. It never leaves my truck. So like if it's raining or I get real cold all of a sudden, I just grab the beanie and I'll throw that bitch on and I'll go to the store or whatever. And people will look at me and they'll be like, so do you like wrestling or do you hate it?
Yeah, it's a catchy name, man. It's awesome. You see that shit and you're just like, huh? The fuck is that about? I put one of those stickers on my locker at work. Usually when I go out, I'll wear this hat just because I'm boring as far as what I wear. So I'm usually just wearing a plain black shirt and a pair of gray shorts and this goes great with that. So it's usually the hat that I'm wearing, or I'll wear the random hat because that also goes good with many things.
Oh, yeah,
Although,
I just sent my homeboy another one because he worked for Skipper Bob. He worked for the production crew over on for WWE, and he bought an old hat like a long time ago, and he sent me a recent picture. That hat looking all beat the fuck up, so I gave him a new one with his name on it.
nice.
Sorry, I have to say one more wrestling thing I just read. Because
nice.
we always we mention
This is the never-ending episode of Wrestling is Trash.
We say this every week. Major plans in place for AEW Collision, including a marquee match. Punk has reportedly been pushing for a huge match early on in his return, with the program against Jericho being discussed. But CM Punk reportedly pushed for another return opponent out the gate. So Punk already does not want to work with Jericho. That's what it
Nobody.
sounds.
Well, I mean, I won't say nobody. I don't want anybody to work fucking Jericho. I want Jericho to work with fucking Fozzy and go do tours and shit away from wrestling.
So you're ready for him to go to fuck home?
Yeah, been there.
Been ready for that. I understood why he won the title at first. It's the biggest name the company had, and you're trying to put the company. You're starting a new show. You're gonna want to have that big name there to do that, and that's fine. That was fine. I was cool with it. And even when he reinvented himself, he came back with the 6-pack. Everything was cool. I understood why they did the Ring of Honor thing, but it's like, okay, bro. Like, I don't need to see Jericho every week. I don't need to fucking have that song every week. You got to sit there and wait for them to sing the fucking first verse of the song. Like,
let me put you on game. He ain't reinventing himself. He's repaying himself. So everybody think like, he go away, he come back, he the Painmaker. Oh, he go away, he come back, he's this. Oh, he go away, he come back, he got this. He's working Ring of Honor. He does this with Ring of Honor. What you don't understand is Jericho gets paid by AEW because he does backstage shit. Jericho gets paid to be a performer. When he was the ROH champion, that's a separate check because technically it's like a second company. So he was getting paid 3 checks at the time. So now when you get Jericho to do like, I'm pretty sure they trademarked a little bit of the bubbly or, when he comes back as the Painmaker and all that stuff, Jericho has
the
all
Ocho.
The Ocho. Jericho trademarks all these things. So every time he reinvents himself, he trademarks and he gets royalties and he gets paid for that shit. He's not a dumb dude. He's fucking working he working y'all thinking that he's reinventing himself, but actually he's just getting himself fucking paid. That's all he's doing. Oh, Jericho will never work an ROH show. He'll never work an ROH pay-per-view. What the fuck did he do? Because that's a separate paycheck. That's more money in his fucking pocket. You's a goddamn fool.
Tapped out to the big swing is what he did.
Jericho does what he does to get paid. Ain't because
I respect.
I mean, that's what you're supposed to do, right? But like, I wish he did something else to get paid so he wouldn't have to be here to do it.
But Rob, where can everyone find you? I had to throw that in there quick before we go.
You can find me on Twitter at 3R Show. Or at it's B-Rob, either one of those me. Hey, it's a dog. You can
because it's time to eat.
You can find me on RBR Weekly Wrestling Talk Live Wednesday nights after AEW Dynamite on twitch.tv/RBR Wrestling. And I'm on Sky Blue right now, or Blue Sky, or whatever the fuck that is. You can't get in there without an invite, so I guess you're asked out until you get an invite. And I'm going to be at Comic Palooza here in Houston, Texas. Is one of the biggest comic book conventions out there in the southern states. We're going to have all the motherfuckers from The Boys TV show and some people from The Walking Dead and a whole bunch of other people. May 26th through the 28th. At the George R. Brown Convention Center. So if you're in the Houston, Texas area or you're coming down, your boy will be out there styling and profiling on them people.
And you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Nick Anicelli. But most importantly, follow the show. Follow them.
You're right there. That's his name.
Follow us on Twitter at WrestlingBTrash because now that he's here, character limits are a bitch.
Yep.
So I had to do WrestlingBTrash. And you can follow us on Instagram at wrestlingistrash. Most importantly, on that YouTube at Wrestling is Trash. Like, subscribe, share, comment, all of it. Actually comment. Let us know your thoughts. Let us know what you want us to talk about. Everything. But most important, like I said, YouTube at Wrestling is Trash. The views have been great. Subscribes are going up, so we always appreciate you guys for that.
Yeah.
And that's all I got. Thank you guys for listening, and have a great day.
Enjoy wrestling, guys. Enjoy wrestling.